murder story.
Welcome to another episode of The Bastard Sermon. I'm one of your three hosts, Cody Hucker.
Lung?
Fuck you, Luke Young, and Patrick Seta. Why did you do that?
Why did you just try to rob him of his fucking intro time? What's happening?
I've been thinking about doing that
Uke
all
Lung?
weekend. I was like, I'm just going to say this Uke Lung. And
Hold on.
He's going to throw him off.
You wrote that shit in your head and you waited all fucking weekend to get that out? Like, you were like, I'm going to get him here, Uke Lung.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Joke.
It was so satisfying.
I love that shit, man.
Every
so
episode now, we have to start with one of Pat's ridiculous schemes before we get to our guest. This week, our guest is the amazing, the talented, a Cincinnati hip-hop based artist, Cousy Warhol. Give it up, boys.
Yeah. Shouts out to you motherfuckers. The Bastard Sermon Podcast. Cousy is here. This is the shit.
Now, Cousy,
Let's
I've
go.
known you for a long time.
Yes.
Long time.
Long time. One of the...
How long?
I say one of them, like, friendships that I'm actually glad I kind of, like, kept tapped in every now and again. Because,
Thanks,
like,
man.
yeah, it's not too many people, you know, I went to school with, or I'm like, hey, how you been?
Yeah.
You know, or, you know what I'm saying? And, like, he's definitely one of them people.
We were just talking about that off the mics because he's got some girlfriend that I used to know through high school or whatever. And I was like, dude, I was a month away from forgetting who she was, let alone some
Fuck
conversation she had with me. I don't fucking remember people from high school anymore. I don't know if it's the pot or the drinking too much, but
I don't
or
know.
a combo of both.
Maybe, because sometimes I got that situation too. My thing is, like, I can remember faces, but I never remember names. Like, it's times where I done seen a motherfucker, I'm like, yo, I know I went to school with that motherfucker, and I'll just go up to him like, hey, what's up? And they'll know me, you know what I'm saying? But I'll be like, hey, I know you too from school. I don't remember your name, but how you been? You know, I just initiate like a little small bullshit convo just to show, you know.
I'm in that same position, but like roles reversed. Like they'll come to me and know who I am, but I don't know who the fuck they are.
That's what I was about to
That's
say.
better, actually. That's like that's actually kind of sweet.
Like,
Well,
hey,
not if
Chuck,
they're-
how's it going? It's like,
Not if they're like...
I mean, I'm pretty good.
I don't even know who you are.
Right.
Hope you're
But
great,
if you
though.
like meet them and you're like talking to them like, oh, hi, I'm Patrick. They're going to be
Yeah.
like, oh, we've met so many times before. I'm like, well, fuck. All
Well,
right, I'm an
there
ass.
goes that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
My excuse is always that I'm a drunk. Like, I don't remember people I met at the bar last night, let alone I'm going to remember you from high school. Like,
Man.
Hey,
Yeah.
can you guys imagine ever being in a position in your life where you can just blame being a drunk for
Hey.
like your misgivings?
I have
Must have some serious
moments.
issues.
I ain't gonna lie, I have moments. Like,
Thank you.
I have moments where I'm like, you know what, that shit affected me. I think I'm gonna drink through it.
Okay.
And then that allows me to talk through it though. If you just drink it and you keep everything bottled up, it's like kind of like
you're
you
an
fucking
artist.
yourself
You
up.
express it through your music.
That too. But I you know, around the homies,
And
man, I can let it loose.
And I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna show that I'm a fan right now. I know you talk about it in your music because I heard it in "Fuck What They Talk About."
Hey, okay.
That's a good music video, by the way.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Shout out to my homie Laz. He did his fucking thing on that. Laz X Harp. Yeah, follow him on Instagram and shit. And like, tap into him, man. He's a ill motherfucker with the visuals, and he been getting busy lately. He been really working with a lot of motherfuckers locally, motherfuckers in the state, like up in Columbus and shit. And he's slowly branching out. And my man's Vega too. He shot like a lot of the night scenes where I had like the hoodies on and shit and vibing throughout the city.
Do you know about local producer Lunar Thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you thought about doing anything with him?
Definitely. My
Daniel is a good guy.
that motherfucker's busy like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
so
he
like,
is. He's getting like stuff is really taking off for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers in LA, Florida. I can't even name the other areas because I've seen him work with so many artists like outside of this area and in this area. It's like he's on.
I
He's
caught
on a
him
whole
too
nother
late.
wave.
Like I tried to get him as a guest like when this show was starting 2 years ago, and he was like, "I'm too busy. I'm like leaving for tour to
Bruh.
Texas next week," and never since then he's been too busy.
There's times I want a video shot and I just could never get around to it, and then the times that I could get around to it, I just couldn't. It just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's like he at a point now where it's like if you book him, you might have to wait a month. And probably not even for real. He travels so much, probably not even, but I don't
he
know.
gets
Just
crazy
come,
with it. He's
you
got
come with that
expensive
bread.
drones,
That too.
camera rigs.
Fucking edits. His edits is off the chain too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the shit he do with the edits is like nuts.
And he can actually
really
rhyme,
quickly,
too. I'm
guys.
sure he writes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. We have a technical thing I have to do really quickly. I have to shut this thing off. So save everything that we're talking about. It'll only take a second.
It's all good, man. Look at this shit.
All right,
man.
we're
we
back.
all flying this
Thank
motherfucker, man. Yeah.
Who was that guy that you guys were just talking about, though?
Lunar Thought.
Lunar Thought, Daniel
name.
Thompson. Yeah, he's a
like
good
that
guy.
name.
You see his visuals, it all makes sense.
I used to skate with him back in the day in high school. He was a really nice guy, really, really nice guy. But he does.
This is his stuff?
No.
Oh, actually, no.
This is not his stuff.
Yeah, you can just type in my name in YouTube and my shit'll come up.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we can watch to get an idea of your style? And
Yeah, I
stuff
wanna
like
hear
that?
it.
Definitely fuck what they talking about. Yeah, you can just put in Cousy. Yup, there you go. And it's that first video.
There it is.
Yup.
Can we watch a little piece of this?
Hell yeah.
What's the song title?
It's,
Fuck what they talking
It's
about.
fuck what they talking about, but I abbreviated FWTTB. This year, like, has been like one of them years where I've been taking baby steps with laying down the foundation of like what I'm gonna represent as an artist and my wave with Mount High and like this whole shit we got going on right now. It's gonna be like, it's gonna be nuts, man. Cause like I got like a whole bunch of music and shit that I haven't released and shit. But I've been kind of like teasing different shit here to see like what connects, what resonate with the motherfuckers. And this is one of them joints. And I got another joint we can play after this too that's abbreviated as well.
All right.
But
Let's hear this. This is Fuck What They Talking About.
hell yeah. Turn me up. My feelings and my pain. Fuck what they talking about. Okay. I'm talking large amounts in order to stack that paper up. Gotta chase that paper down, I'm burning slow. This a different case, my nigga. RP shawty low. I'm jogging in place, counting figures. Fuck what they talking about. I'm talking large amounts in order to stack that paper up. Gotta chase that paper down, I'm burning slow. This a different case, my nigga. RP shawty low. I'm jogging in place, counting figures. I can feel that fake energy, bitch, made all in your eyes. Never been a pussy boy, was always down to ride. When you young, you learn, the older you realize everything you've applied throughout the good and the rougher times. On point like the right time, and then I won't stop till I get me mine. Divided with the team, building brick by brick, never growing tired. I got 12, 16s, and 32s if you really bout it. If you ain't my nigga and you talking verses, better have a wallet. Know a couple real ones, tote 9s, pumps, 45s, and a few revolvers. And if I were to have a problem right now, they'll be sure to resolve it. When you show love, instead of flexing so much, you attract real honor and a lot of connections to some dough and some real product. The loyalty shall remain, but DTA is how I'm living, partner. Ain't been locked in no cage, I move too smart, I play my part. And know I'm
All right, that's about a minute and a half.
It's real
of it. Just to
catchy.
give you a little sample of what he's doing right now.
Yes, sir.
You're actually the very first hip hop artist that we've ever had on the Bastards.
Yeah,
Team.
cheers, bro.
Dog,
Cheers to
yeah,
the White
man,
Claw.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
Luke's water because he's a puss. Bring that pussy ass water.
That was
over here.
really good, though,
Yeah.
man. That was
Thanks,
really
man.
good. I bet thinking you got a fucking music video, too.
Yeah,
That's so
man.
much fun
And
to
it's
have.
crazy too, cause like I'm definitely trying to get a couple more in before the year, and I got some like real thought out, well planned shit. You know, that I think I could really bring my vision to light some more too, in a more detailed way. This was more so of I got a single, this shit rock. Let me just get out here and just vibe, you know, in my city. You know, I was real excited about this motherfucker. That's why you see a little bit of the energy in there, cause it's like when I first started to do this rapping shit, man, like I really went about it so ass backwards, you know, and I had to like sit my ass down. I had to learn sacrifice. I had to learn, you know what I'm saying, just the business.
How did you start off in a way that was ass backwards? That's what I'm kind of curious about.
More so, it was like I was one of the motherfuckers that knew I had the gift of creating, you know, songs and shit, but I didn't really have a direction of what I wanted to, how was I going to represent who I was, you know what I'm saying? It was more so like I can spit, like, and I'm just writing shit and recording it, but I wasn't putting shit out for real.
Was this before you were MC McGruber?
No, this is actually.
What's that?
That was actually the beginning. That was actually.
Wait, was that based on
That's
a
how
movie?
you on some Narwhal shit right now. But for real, nah, dead ass. I wouldn't expect nobody to ever bring that shit up. That's
He's got your
funny.
favorite action
That's
figures
how you
as a
know
kid?
This motherfucker knows me for real. Like,
What is that?
Basically, E.C. McGruber was some shit. All right, it's this movie I watched in high school. Like
MacGruber?
Oh, wait, I love
Pat
McGruber.
loves that
yeah,
fucking movie.
and I get a lot of inspiration. Like
From Will Forte?
From a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? It could be random like that. You know what I'm saying? It could be random like that. Like, I'll be watching some shit. I'll be like, man, let me check this shit out. And then next thing you know, I start watching. I love it. And then I'm like, damn, I can see how this can apply. You know what I'm saying?
We're talking about the comedy movie with Will Forte
and
Val Kilmer's the bad guy, Kunth.
And he's the dumbass dude who's like doing like, he's not dumb. He's like really a good dude, but he does
the bad
a lot.
guy or MacGruber?
MacGruber.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you know he's a decent guy, but he does a lot of shit, and he puts himself in situations like mistakenly. It seemed like in that movie, kinda in a sense, like he wasn't really like. It sounded like a gullible motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He was kind of like
absolutely.
that. So my thing was like at that time, I at that point in life, I was real like I was like what 17, 18. You know, I'm thinking like it was parts of my life where I found myself in a lot of shit, just being like just mistake, just not having knowledge or just having enough game on whatever it was.
Just working with what you got?
Yeah,
kind of thing?
shit like that and ending up in just bullshit all the time. I feel like MacGruber ended up in a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
He absolutely did.
And he had many different sides to him, too, that you seen throughout that shit. So it's kind of like it just applied in that sense. And I was like, damn, I love this shit. And I put the initials of my name on the beginning of that motherfucker. I was like, MC, E.C. MacGruber, You know what
How
I'm
old were
saying?
you when you did that?
Like, I was about 17, 18.
And
was
was
on
that
YouTube?
ended quick, though.
And that was when you were in AmeriClan, right?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Hold on, is this all on YouTube?
Oh, shit. I don't even know. You could probably get on SoundCloud and go to like some old archives. But I wouldn't even know where to begin to search. I swear, and it's honest, because I would take you
So
there.
it's not like a Google away.
Let's see if we can find it.
Let's see, actually.
Wait, what are we looking up?
We about to
AmeriClan?
hey, y'all about to get weak as fuck. Hey, put it EC.
EC,
MC.
MC,
GR.
GR.
UEBER.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Is that it right
Look
there?
at that.
The top
Hold
one?
on. I don't even think I uploaded anything on it. That might just be an account. Actually, click on that reverb real quick and see.
This one right here?
The one above it.
The one above it, yeah.
All right.
I don't know what bottom line kills what.
Guess we're going to find out and relive.
Let me see if I even uploaded the song on here. This might have been when.
Become a fan, Cody.
This is how you know.
Here it
Oh,
is.
shit.
Oh, here we go.
It's AmeriClan. They all on there.
Can we
Go
play
listen
it?
to it?
Yeah, play
Is
that
okay?
shit.
All
Play
right,
it.
let's hear it.
Hey, Cardo. Sorry, Ziggy. I'm sorry.
You're sorry.
Lucid Visuals.
I'm sorry. Wait, you said I'm sorry?
I said I'm sorry because I don't know.
What are we listening to?
We listen to some dope shit. This ain't no like.
Okay.
I'm not saying I'm sorry like, oh, this is about to be. This is like
Not
young
mortifying.
yeah, these are young motherfuckers who like got in the booth and created some dope shit.
Gotcha.
You know, just young. We skated all day, like, and we
dope.
literally was like, dog, let's go get some tall boys and let's go record. And like this is what we did.
What a damn good
Let's hear
day.
it.
This funny. I ain't heard
Let's
this in
hear
a
this
minute.
shit.
Let's hear this shit.
This
Ziggy right here.
You can tell right away.
He's still kind of sound the same.
Is he still around?
Yeah. We can chop it up about that too, man. Ziggy's the man.
Ideal push was the best. These quests seem endless but pointless with happy endings. Happily stoned with a model, sexually sinning. Hair nappy, no biggie. In Africa, they call me brother. Automatic winning. Dead hookers in my closet, balled up. I'm
Yeah, this is
balling
during
out.
actually really good.
Yeah.
Less bloodied up. Concert's not a concert unless I feel like I've earned my
This
arena.
was during that like wave when Our Future was like popping, so you heard
Yeah.
a lot of them gruesome vibes,
When he did E-Par and crazy shit like that.
like shit, like just shock value bars.
Do you know what E-Par is?
Nah, what is it?
E-Par is Odd Future did that song with, I think it was Earl Sweatshirt and I forget who else is on that, but it's rape spelled backwards, and it's a whole song about like raping a girl, and like all of Odd
fuck.
Future's on there.
Oh,
and they
wow.
did it back in like high school when they thought that Odd Future was just gonna be some like whatever, some
Bullshit,
bullshit,
yeah.
whatever. And now it's a song that's out there. Like I've got a dude at work that's super into fucking hip hop.
Yeah.
And he's always showing me new shit because I don't know that much about it. I mean, I have the songs
Yeah.
from high school that I've been listening to for
Yeah.
forever. but like, because I'm a metal dude. But he shows me this shit, and he's like, Cody, this is a song called E-Par. And it's just the most fucked up, like the darkest verses you've ever heard in your entire life. Shit that like they were like as like doing it. You could tell that they were doing it as young kids, thinking like, I'm never gonna fucking get ahead.
And this the thing.
And then they do it, and then they regret it now. I guarantee.
I probably never knew what the fuck that song was because of the specific reason. When I probably heard a few bars, I probably skipped that joint. You know what I'm saying, or some shit. Because I ain't even gonna lie, I haven't heard that one. I thought you was gonna say something like Ass Milk.
Ass Milk?
That's a popular Future song that I know. That's the one that kind of got me in tune. No,
I've never even heard that. What is that
pause
about?
On that too. Yeah.
What's Ass Milk?
Yeah. But it's a song with Tyler and Earl. It might just be them too. But the bars in there is nothing about Ass Milk for real. It was just like a random title.
It's a name to catch.
It was the shit. Yeah, the shit that they was doing back then.
Yeah.
So yeah, only reason I got on that topic because Ziggy said something about dead hookers in his closet and he was balling. So I didn't want people to be like, damn, what the fuck was they on? You gonna hear my
ICP
verse,
Tech 9.
fuck around.
Ziggy, is he still now known as Karai Shinobu?
808 Polar.
808 Polar now?
808 Polar.
Okay.
Yeah, man, we still out here rapping hard for you, Zig.
I
bro.
had no idea he was still out there. I
Yeah.
used to see him promote and tag me in songs all the time.
Yeah, man.
But
look,
now I don't see anything.
this motherfucker he's like a ghost. He appears and he disappears. Sometimes he disappears for months. Then we
Yeah.
least expect it, he pop up on your ass. He always hit me up. And I'd be like, what you want, man? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, we got that relationship still. Like, kind of like, I don't know. We ain't as close as we probably was back then. But
Yeah.
we definitely keep that, like, I don't know, that good energy going. And we give a fuck about each other, man. I just ran into him, too, recently. And he's doing cool. He's just maintaining.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Is there a
he's in
big...
good spirits.
Sorry, I don't mean to segue.
No, you cool.
Is there like a big rap community in Cincinnati area?
It is. And it's crazy because it's levels and layers to it. If we can get into that.
I'd like
We
to.
can
I want to know
definitely
more.
get
into that.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the rest of this?
Yeah,
And then
let's
get into
let's hear
it.
the rest of this because I know motherfuckers like, damn, this is like one of my first recorded songs ever on the mic too, by the way.
After this song, we're going to get back into those layers and levels.
Nonsense, so ponder this. How can you live the life of a star? Cause it's sad when your vessel hasn't left the launch pad. Put your hands in the air.
This Ricardo right here.
Who's this?
Ricardo. I forgot what he went by back then.
I have no idea.
Are you talking about Ricardo
Lewis? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew that kid.
Yeah.
49 invasion on your playlist. Thoughts of an Excel freshman page of cipher rhymes. It's a cane and heroin to your sensitive frailness. Young world of realness. Shit, I'm too tall for a coupe. Give me a range of gauge, deranged mind in the bottle of that 151 proof. Get low, girl. I married music, we joined in matrimony. Now these whack niggas fucking her. It was.
That was hard.
It just ended the song right there.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, it cut it
wow, it maybe gave you like a little snippet or something. You might
Gave
have
me
to-
a minute 50.
Yeah, maybe you got to become a fan. To hear
Become
the
a
whole
fan,
song.
I
Cody.
don't know, man.
I gotta log in to become a fan. I don't think I could just become a fan.
yeah,
Sign in
man.
with your Facebook.
All
You
right,
know
well,
what?
this is
Or
your
you could,
Facebook,
yeah,
man.
all right, you could do
No,
that.
it's all good. Don't worry
You
about
could do that, but you just remember to take the cookies, delete all the cookies and shit once this shit over. You
Oh
don't
no,
want
Pat,
that
I think
shit.
it just happened. Nope. Oh, hey, now you're a fan. Now we can do it.
All right,
Can we
I'm
do
a
it?
fan
Yeah,
of you.
Fast forward to like
You guys gonna be a comeback soon?
come back as a unit.
American
I'm a fan now.
Yeah.
I gotta catch a show.
That's dope too because like this is something I always seen that we had the power of doing, but you know life takes its course and you know
Absolutely.
shit happens and some motherfuckers keep doing it, some motherfuckers slow down, some I don't know what motherfuckers doing. You know that's how life
I hear ya.
was at that time. So like I don't know. I'm just glad I kept.
Is
making
Ricardo
music
still
shit.
doing music? Do you know?
I don't know, but it
I haven't
wouldn't-
heard from him in a long
It
time.
wouldn't
either.
surprise me if he was on the low and just not really saying anything or putting
Yeah.
it out. I know Scoop,
Closet musician, basically.
Scoop, you remember Shane Hardy?
Yeah.
Well, he's Lucid Visions, I want to say, or Lucid Visuals. One
He's
of the
got
two.
stuff going on too,
His
doesn't he?
videographies are through the roof
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I gotta tap in with him too. I saw him at like Dive Bar like a month ago.
So this rap community, it goes deep.
It goes deep. It goes deep. And since we like splitting it up and talking in segments, I definitely chop it up and talk to you about a few levels right here. Like
Like, what's the majority of the rap community? Like, what would you say that particular sound or style that is?
you can't put it in a box. You can't.
Right.
Whatever you want, you can find it in the city. Like, we're at that point now on the music wave. You know, it's still in this, like, beginning stages. We still got motherfuckers scared to work with each other. We still got motherfuckers so competitive that they feel like...
Scared to work with each other? What do you mean?
Like, motherfuckers just kind of like... How you put it?
Like territorial or...
Kind of.
Like
selfish.
Competitive,
They
just
could
really
be
competitive?
cliquish. They can't see beyond... who's in their face, you know what I'm saying, or who's always there, you know what I'm saying, and like, I wish like it was more like
a team effort.
Nah, I think we can do team effort to an extent. Everybody as artists got a whole day on wait for this thing to grow, and so far it's been paying out like that. Like, motherfuckers is really doing what they got to do, but at the same time, it's a lot of, it could be cliquish. Like, you could see the same motherfuckers on one bill over and over over and over, and it'd be like, yo, it's so many artists in this motherfucking city. We would be all doing ourselves a favor and growing if we all like tried to cross brand sometimes, you know, like sometimes pull out that artist that you wouldn't see on a certain lineup. It becomes a repetitive thing, which waters the shit down. You know what I'm saying? And
could it be a promoter issue? Do you think that it's like just the promoters out there
like stage
are
fright?
cliquish enough
we
to
could
where
blame promoters, but we can't really blame promoters because of the simple fact, as artists, we can break that up. We can express how we really feel about things, and like you know what? That don't mean because we cross branding that we ain't disrespecting this side. You know, if it ain't no beef or nothing that's gonna keep motherfuckers from making bread together, you know what I'm saying? You should be able to like cross brand. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to, like, me personally, like, it's motherfuckers who make music in this city that I haven't came across yet, and that's a problem because like they got hundreds and thousands of views. You know what I'm saying? Like, why ain't motherfuckers going to get him and pull him over here to do a show with this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? And you get this motherfucker from over here, y'all do a show together. Now we got a whole different type energy. You know what I'm saying? In the venue now. Like, motherfuckers be worrying about, like, pulling people out for shows and shit like that. It's like, once you add some spice, like, spice it up.
So the promoters are just sticking with the same redundant routine.
Yeah, it's either that. It could be venues. It could be promoters. It could be
the artists themselves that just oversaturate themselves.
Yeah, and sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, you know, me being an artist who's, like, not even really had as much output, you know what I'm saying? Which is why I refrain from talking about so much shit, because a lot of artists here are putting out shit. You know what I'm saying? They got a consistency, or they got a rhythm to where they shit is always coming out. You know what I'm saying? Which is great. And I try to refrain from talking so much because I still got work to do. You know, but from a motherfucker that's respected in this city and niggas know if you want to get on the track, we can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing. You know, like I feel like I done seen a lot, and motherfuckers have expressed a lot to me that's doing way more than I am. You know what I'm saying? Way busier. You know what I'm saying? Way more pool. And that's like, I be like, damn, you know, like, we just got motherfuckers who just scared that, like, they get comfortable. You know, maybe it's a thing too. It's like, well, you know, money guaranteed doing this same thing. Maybe it worked, but like, I'm like, man, we could get more money. You can put yourself in mode. There's
one group in Cincinnati that puts in like a ton of money. I could tell. Mm-hmm. You ever heard of Narcan or whatever it's called?
Oh, yeah.
I see their billboards everywhere, and I'm thinking that's thousands of dollars they're putting into this.
And one thing about the Narcan shit, I haven't seen, bro, nowhere. But like,
is that local?
He might be busy. He might be a motherfucker that might go fly across the country and do different shit in other places too. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's like, for instance,
is Narcan a hip hop thing?
Yeah,
he's an artist.
Went into a gas station once, a Speedway, and some dude pointed to me and he was like, "Are you the dude from Narcan?" And but I thought that he said to me, he was like, "Are you the dude that got Narcaned?"
Oh,
and I was
nah.
It's like, the fuck did you just say to me? And then he was just like, "Are you the dude from Narcan?" And I was like, "Oh, the fuck is Narcan?"
They say this Narcan dude is like, he the real deal, you know, and that's genius. You know, putting money behind or finding a source or whatever, however he did it to get.
He pulled the Blake Maslin.
Yeah, to get that shit going. That's how you do it. You know, and I guarantee you that boosted his shit. That even a motherfucker who don't know who he is. Like I know when I first seen that shit, I was like, damn, let me go see who this motherfucker is. You know what I'm saying?
Just got 10 grand in debt.
Yeah, we got billboards. You know, and then when you hear he local, it's like a win. It's like, damn, finally somebody thinking outside the box. But this is what goes back to what we was just saying a second ago. I haven't seen, bro, nowhere like. I haven't seen no show. Nobody has paid him or kid his manager up or whatever they got to do. Why ain't we got Narcan shows at Bogarts?
There's just promotional
reason.
hype.
You know what I'm saying?
There's two reasons for that. One reason is that they're very selective on their shows, and I know bands that can do that. If they put themselves out there too much, not a lot of people are going to go see them because they're like, oh, they're just going to play next week.
Yeah.
If he's like, I'm going to play one show this year after like a big album, that's what he's going to do. Or it could be this: he might not be good live. He could just be someone that's a complete studio artist, and they only do it online.
Yeah,
you know,
release videos and shit like that.
That's all they do. They don't play live.
Yeah,
you know?
I gotta get hip to bro a little bit more, because for real, how I think about it, just as much as I'm sitting up here talking about that, I could put the show together to bring Narcan out. You know what I'm saying?
Bring him out,
and get a bunch of artists. You know, I can figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too. What goes back to when we first started about how I came into this rap shit, it was ass backwards. I didn't have that thought process like that. You know, like you as an artist, you got to really get out here and network with motherfuckers. You got to really get out here and be in some areas
self-teach
and
yourself
talking to
some marketing.
motherfuckers, putting yourself out there, let niggas know what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? And really building relationships so you can really build a foundation to build something bigger than life or bigger than both of y'all would expect. You know what I'm saying? And like, I don't know. That shit I had to go through a lot of lumps in the game, and had to go through a lot of just.
I feel like it's tougher for you to market yourself as well because you're just one guy. You know, like I was in a band, we could split it between like 6 people.
And
you know, all that work.
Easy. You right. That shit is easy because you got motherfuckers who probably got a little more personality than the next motherfucker, or you got that one wild motherfucker. Then you got so many personalities that people can attach to that makes it easier for them to.
Just less work.
Yeah, it's less work, but you got a lot of motherfuckers that get attached to one person, and then next thing you know, they see the whole group, and they like, I fuck with the whole group now, because now I see how this motherfucker could be with this, align with these people doing one thing too. You know what I'm saying? So it is easy, but even as an individual, it's easy too. Is when you really put in the work.
Do you have any type of team though? Is there any type of like? There's a
Street
producer
team.
guy. There's a video guy. There's a promoter guy.
I name dropped him like 3 times. My man is Vega, Mile High Vega. He make music. He got his shit all over everything too. And like he's the head man of the Mile High Congress Recordings label, and I'm the co-captain. You feel me? But
Cincinnati
and that's,
label.
promote that really quickly. You're if you guys want to check that out, go to milehighcongress.com.
Yeah.
milehighcongress.com, and you can check out all their upcoming live events on their calendar.
Yes.
They got a gallery of their photos. I mean, there's a store up
we're
here.
gonna have a store. We're gonna upload a lot of shit for y'all.
Oh, you're the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, those are the tees and the hoodies we got in this Mile High Mighty Puff, and we put our little spin on the Mighty Ducks thing.
I've seen them from your Instagram stories. They look really comfortable.
I'm telling you, we got y'all, man. We just got a new shipment in too, some new colors too. So holla at us.
You help run the label?
Yes. I help run it right now. Get all the administrative duties is through my dog Vega for the moment, just because he's been busting his ass and going hard, being a real motherfucking boss. Like I'm talking like outside of just, he built this website with his own hands. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a lot of work.
Like I seen this motherfucker pull up a YouTube video. He said, hey, I want to do this. I want to get an online store on that motherfucker. I want to have a newsletter. I want to do all this shit. I seen him get on YouTube, and like for like 3 days, he was just looking at shit and like studying it.
Yeah,
and,
that's how you do it.
Man,
YouTube.
I popped up on him one time, man. This motherfucker said I got the whole shit done, bro. This what it's looking like. I said,
it's like the
what?
Matrix when he's like,
it's crazy, bro. He's like a boss. Like he makes all the moves. Like he does a lot. And for real, him having a cat like that on your team is big because he always want me to win. So we have meetings. We have organized things that we do where we sit down and talk about, all right, this is what we're going to do in the next 3 to 4 months. This is what we're going to do in the next, and this is what we need if we want to do this. This is how much money we need to, you know what I'm saying? We go out and get that shit. Like, and we come back to the round table and we politic on the move and we execute.
What's the overall goal for you yourself? Is where do you see yourself? Like, do you have some 10-year
What do you see
plan?
yourself in 5 years?
I mean, like, what are you trying to get to? Like,
me personally, man, I'm trying to get to a point where I have global impact as an artist, but my thing is I'm not thinking mainstream. I'm not thinking about shit, but just trying to put out songs, singles, visuals, and letting my work do its job. You know what I'm saying? I think everything gonna fall into place.
You want to be organic.
Yeah. You know, and my thing is too, like, I make a lot of music, and I notice, like, even through a lot of music I haven't released, it's like, man, like, I need to dig a bit deeper. You know what I'm saying? So, like, my thing is I want to be an artist that a lot of people can just resonate with, kind of like a Lil Boozy, you know, or NBA Youngboy. If we want to go to other genres, you know, The Weeknd, you know, motherfuckers, you might be annoyed with seeing their name a lot, but one thing I can say, when they make music, whatever they going through, they talking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? On a very vulnerable level, and where you can resonate, connect, and understand it, and like
spoken word.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to.
It blows
get
my mind. I make lyrics, and I think it's fucking tough.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
tough as hell. And you
so
guys
you know,
feel so much. I was vocalist for 8 years. But you guys, as like with rap, I feel like it's so much more complicated because it's just so much content that you have to fill out for the whole song.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's tough, especially for me, maybe.
My thing is, it could be tough, but it's easy when it's coming from, like, I'm talking like vulnerable, digging deep and just being vulnerable and honest with yourself and your shit and expressing
Getting angry
it,
and
just
shit.
getting it out. Sometimes you ain't gotta get angry. You could go through some sad shit, and you would hear that beat that just vibe in that moment, and you just start expressing your thoughts in that lyrical, however it carry you. With me, it's kind of like however it carry me. Like, that's why my flows is always different. You know, I've been trying to pick up the tempo with a lot of joints, but I just write what I feel and, like, just let the pen do its job. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. That's how it comes.
Do you ever find yourself, like, writing a song? You start out with one idea, and then the whole song completely ends in a completely different note. Do you ever, like, find yourself trailing off when you're writing these long songs?
I do. It's times where I done wrote, and the first half of the song be on point, on topic, and then you can see I get carried away. You know, just making shit rhyme, or just the bars. Sometimes I'll write some bars, and they be hard to the motherfucker, but it ain't with the framework of what I basically wrote out the first minute and 30 of this joint is. So I gonna have to put it away or just scrap it. Sometimes lately what I've been doing is I've been just scrapping shit because it's been helping me level up the muscle memory and shit.
It's practice.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, like, I'll scrap it. Even if the bar is hard, I remember it. I say that to myself.
If you liked it enough.
And if you don't,
if it's meant to be, it's gonna stay there.
And if you don't, then you got to rely on your talent and your ability and your practice and all the muscle memory from being able to put words together in a way that makes sense. And
that go into it every time. You know what I'm saying? For me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, all that, like, I think about that every time. There's times where I can't even finish songs, you feel me? And then I'll be like, I think, like, bro, you just put so much time into that, bro. Like, lock in. You know what I'm saying? Zone in, level up your focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to finish this shit now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a habit of writing songs and get in the first half be hard, and I, like, can't finish, and I'll be like, you know what? I lost the energy I had when I wrote it originally, so I'm gonna just go get a feature, or I'm gonna just come back to it. And sometimes that could take up to months, years. Like, I'm that type of artist. Like, I will not put my pen to the pad or write or record any motherfucking record that I feel like is not there. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know
any
you mean.
aspect.
Like, I always had this issue where I would go with, like, a ton of shit. I would write, like, paragraphs and paragraphs of shit, like, oh, I like these lines, I'll make them fit. And then when I go and actually try it out on the, like, recording it, sounds completely different than the way I pictured it in my head. So I have to rewrite the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel that way with, like, rap as well?
It depends on how I'm vibing. Sometimes I could be listening to a beat, and you'll hear me say the same hook about 8 times. Then you hear the hook, and then you hear me add bars. You know what I'm saying? And then I just carry it. And usually when I start out like that, I have to write it down. And the next day, if I don't record it, the next day, if I, like, vibe out and catch that vibe, like, damn, I was catching the vibe. Let me see how this shit sound. If it ain't it, it ain't it. but if that shit still carry that weight from the momentum of yesterday, I'm like, yeah, I need to go ahead and finish this right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way to look at it, because then you can get lost in a moment of like focusing so much energy in some shit that might not even be worth
and man,
it.
you can relate. We brown sippers, so like I sip. Sometimes I'll be sipping, and that shit sounds trash the next day, and I'll be like,
Yep.
I was just drunk, or the next day.
I've done that with art
I can't
before
remember.
too. Like I've been painting before, thought like this is the best shit ever. I've done it on mushrooms before. Like, oh man, I'm making this.
That's an experience. I wanted to see what that's like.
I'm like,
painting on
I'm making the
mushrooms.
dopest shit ever. I wake up the next day and I'm like, this is the fucking worst art I've ever made in my entire goddamn life. I've done it with music before when I would like write riffs and shit like that. I know exactly what you're talking
Y'all
about.
still be rocking out?
I don't. I
Did y'all rock
definitely.
out
I do.
together?
I play guitar in my basement.
I have a new project that I work on, but I'm not playing
Y'all
professionally
should keep that
like I
shit
wanted
going,
to.
man. That's another thing too with music. Keep me going, like how you said, like where you see myself. I can't really see like I see myself being at the top of the top.
Yeah.
But who the fuck don't that do what I do? You know what
Everyone
I'm saying?
has that hope when they want to do it.
You know what I'm saying? My thing is like I'm not trying to be the mainstream motherfucker. I'm not trying to be the next motherfucker that pop and like my thing is I wanted to be organic as fuck, and I just wanted I don't give a fuck how slow it is. You know what I'm saying? Just long as like I got motherfuckers that's fucking with it, that do tap in. You know what I'm saying? Because like you could be the biggest motherfucker in the world, but like even the biggest motherfucker in the world, like I feel like the world forgets them at some point, because that's the majority. You know what I'm saying? But artists like who I listen to heavily, like Lucky, you know what I'm saying, from Chicago, like his fan base, bro, like that nigga can make music till he dies. Like he could be 80. I feel like he could still be making music.
Just got such a
And
cult
his
following.
fans, his cult following is there. Like, and that's what I want. That's that's big to me. Like I can connect to these motherfuckers to the point where they get it. They resonate with me. You know what I'm saying? It's just the relationships with the fans is better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's many different ways of looking at
Yeah,
it. I feel
is.
like I
Like-
continue music, for example, just because I like to make noise.
Yeah.
You know, I just wanna rock out and just express myself and just forget about everything else.
Yeah.
You know? At least that's how I get it with my music's angry. So
Yeah.
that's different.
Okay.
But I can understand, like, I feel like if even just one person is like listening, but like that's like the podcast, you know. If like I feel like even just one person's listening, I'm like, this is totally worth it.
worth it, bro.
I'm having fun. I'm talking with people. I have this experience.
I feel like mine is the reason to keep creating, like doing podcasts or art or any of it, is way more narcissistic. It's not as grandiose as like I want to make an impact on people's life, but it's like when I die, I want to be able to live on in some way in somebody's life forever,
Legacy.
like in
Yeah,
your family.
yeah.
I want to have some kind of leg. I don't want to be forgotten.
That too.
Legacy,
Kinda like
That's a
man.
big part of it.
I
That's a
don't
big
care
part
that
of it.
much
Legacy.
if it is grandiose as being like touching everybody with this fucking stupid podcast or my
Yeah.
dumb paintings or
And
whatever.
I'm-
But like if it just matters to a couple people right now, and then people are able to keep listening to it and watching it, that's what I want. That's why I want to
You
be
know,
able
love
to
that
carry
you
this
said
on.
that. though, man.
The
I
way
love
he
that.
said that, though, like that's such a good way of putting it. Actually, when he first told me that, it changed my perspective on it too. Because now I feel like I want to do stuff that I can look back later on life, just knowing to say I fucking did that, man.
Yeah.
I can go back and listen to the 150 plus fucking hours of podcast stuff we have and be like, wow, that's what
All
I
these
went through
cool
in my
people,
life.
people like you.
Yeah.
We've had fucking everybody. We've had weirdos, we've flat earthers.
That's why I like y'all
furries
podcast.
and
people.
That's one thing I can't say. That's
everything.
why I love y'all fucking podcast too, because it's a wild card.
I want it to be diverse as fuck.
Yeah,
Everything.
and it's like
Everything.
those stories matter. Like even the motherfucker who like borderline Nazi motherfucker.
Oh yeah, there was basically we had a
Luke
Nazi
Starks,
on
but
here.
Nazi buddy.
Yeah,
But we're not
like-
going to take the episode down. It's just like we'll say
Nah.
sorry the next episode.
And I like
but-
listening to that shit. Like I'm one of them motherfuckers that like listening to like I like listening to everything, like especially even things that are in the opposition of what I may believe in or how I view things, because
'Cause you're
I
open?
still want to hear that perspective.
Just to hear how
Yeah, I
fucking
want-
broken and lost they are.
Sometimes if it lead down that road, you
Yeah.
know, but sometimes you could see shit and you
Yeah.
could be looking at a perspective like it ain't even their fault. You know what I'm saying? They was raised that way, you know,
Yep.
or whatever they experienced throughout their experience on
Yeah.
earth. That's so little in the grand scheme of shit. You know what I'm saying? They're this is their thoughts in this moment in time. This is where they at. And like I like that shit. That's what made me start listening to podcasts. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like what got me into podcasts, Free Tax Tone too. That motherfucker had a podcast called Tax Season. And this was a motherfucker who was in and out of jail his whole life and shit. And just a real gutter motherfucker, but he had street smarts and he had business smarts too, you know, because like when he did his podcast, it like blew the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, it was like I started tapping into him because I started hearing stories that I never hear. You know, and his approach to shit was so. It was so like broad and so fucking out there. Sometimes it's like, damn, I want to understand why he thinks this way. Like why he, like, you know what I'm saying? And shit. Yeah. And it made me start listening to more podcasts. I even got a all female podcast I listen to just to hear how females think about certain things.
What podcasts?
Angela Yee's Lip Service and Shorty from who just got out too. Big Blood Star Brim. She got a podcast called Keeping in Butte with Star Brim. I'm fucking with them too because like the Angela Yee shit is like 4 females talking, so you get to hear 4 different female perspectives on certain topics, and they not always like gossipy or no shit like that. It'd be like real shit, like shit that you would like to know as a man dealing with women, some of this shit, you know what I'm saying? And the reason I fuck with Star Brim because she a shorty who grew up gang banging, and she was a tomboy growing up. Now she like one of the fly sexiest bitches on IG with a popping podcast, but her podcast ain't even popping because how she look. It's popping because of her personality and her views and what she been through and like how hard she going in life now that she done overcame some shit that motherfuckers, it's shit that motherfuckers just don't do, you know, especially fresh
and
out
those
of
stories
situations.
are fascinating.
Yeah,
like
man.
I love hearing the way that people got to the places that they are. Back in the day, if Jimi Hendrix is coming up, nobody fucking really knows his story. I mean, biographers have to piece it together on people that were friends with them.
Something I
people
always
making
think about too.
guesses and bullshit and fucking rumors, and it makes them more of like there's a mythos behind them. It makes them seem more legendary than they actually are. But what's actually more interesting to me, at least, is the real shit, like them saying it themselves, like it's not all fucking like legend and myth. Here's what actually happened. Here's how I got here. Here's the things that I did, and then you start like pulling pieces of those things from them onto your own life, because you might not ever, just being in Cincinnati, you might not ever come across somebody that has some of the ideas and some of the podcasts that I've listened to, but you listen to a podcast with a billionaire dude that's on top of the fucking world just doing crazy shit.
And then you get
I listened
on
to one
his
of them
level,
on
you know?
Your Mom's House podcast of all places. Like it's a comedy podcast with Tom Segura and Christina Pajitsky.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
And he's got a billionaire fucking a dude that like throws out like, he's got all these different like renting options all around, and like how he came up. They did like an hour and a half with him, and I pulled things from that.
And see, and this is why we got to get this podcast. We got to keep supporting shit like this and letting people know, like even y'all get y'all. I know y'all so fucking creative. Y'all done skated. Y'all done been around rock bands. I always feel like hip hop, the skate culture, and the rock culture always did innovative things that are always gonna be relevant or always come back to light and somehow, and they always cross each other.
They're like neighbors that lived a few houses down, and they saw each other going home from school, and they would eye each other, but they never said anything because their parents were waving them into the house.
That's exactly
and
what
they both
it is.
wore like the same band T-shirts or whatever, you know,
and into the same shit. And if y'all all blended it together, it could cause a chaos, but that chaos could be great. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we're so
humanity,
lucky.
period.
Yeah,
so
we're so lucky to live in such an artistic city. You know
that too.
We really are. I mean,
off old culture too, like cultural. Like we appreciate holding on to things that were like very like staple. You know, like staples. Whether it be the appeal of it, because it's a lot of shit that's still up that really don't have no business being up, and it's only up because of the fact that the building has such a culture that resonated with Cincinnati's beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always like an epic story, like especially with this whole Germantown, the Germantown Jewish culture is heavy in this city too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And their history runs deep. You know what I'm saying?
Have you been to
German
Germantown,
and
Ohio?
Italian?
Nah.
It's boring as fuck.
It is?
Yeah.
He said yeah.
It's
like
a bunch of small houses with boring white people with
farms.
fields and fields and fields of corn.
My man Luke either was fucking with a bitch at the time that lived out there and she sold it to him that it was going to be an amazing place to have a great time, or he went out there looking to have a great motherfucking time and found out quickly that it was not going to be a fucking great time.
It may have been
That's
both.
crazy.
Who are we talking about? Bill Clinton?
But
Germantown visits with the Killing Joke.
But I mean, this city, we're very lucky to live in such an artistic city. It just, I wish there was more podcasts locally around here because it really is such an intimate, just to bring it back full circle. It is really an intimate experience, and like when you're listening to a podcast, you're getting a real story from people. Like
Definitely.
this is. I mean, people are gonna be listening to us, but this is just us and four people in a room just chatting about whatever. You know, so it's like, you know, you're just talking as if that's all that's there.
Yeah, and
so you learn a lot about yourself. When
this is another thing too. The fact that you just said that it's not too many podcasts locally.
It really isn't.
Run it up. It's time for
you
y'all
should make one.
I am gonna make one, but I really want to see you guys have success because like this, like you know, like what's my man's name? Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
His diversity.
We don't know who Joe Rogan is. Just kidding. Cody sucks his dick every week.
Not every week. I mean, maybe once a month. You know.
But nah, real shit though. Like. His diversity, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I see this shit on that level. Like, I really see this shit. Like, how y'all got this set up, this is serious, bro. Like, really value and appreciate this because, like, this shit is, like, dope. Like, I'm a guest, and I ain't gonna lie, coming into this motherfucker, I ain't know the thing. I didn't give a fuck what it was, the setup was. I just want to do the podcast because I fuck with it. But the fact I did come in here and I see, like, motherfuckers got a table with the shit cut out, mic stands, and it looked like I'm in the actual, like, real deal. Like, y'all motherfuckers really came together and said, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. Y'all already got that shit down. I want to see y'all go to the next fucking level.
And we want to see the same for you, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's gonna happen because I'm gonna try to come back every time I got a project coming out or something. And like,
you should always come back on.
Yeah,
you're great, dude.
Pop in,
you're a natural.
This type shit. I love this shit, bro. Mm-hmm. I really do. Like, I really love this shit. And I'm just geeked that my man's right here. Like, I'm glad. Like, this is a blessing. You know, I ain't the most religious motherfucker, but you know, I do believe in the universal. Just, you know, universe just putting shit together. Sometimes when you got the right mind focus and shit, wherever your head at, you gonna go there. You know, like dead ass. Like, I done experienced it this past 2 years. That's why y'all ain't heard no shit from me for real. So it's like one of them things where like y'all doing it. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going up. You know what I'm saying? Coming together and going up. And I want to see y'all continue to go. Because, like, sure. I love your personality. I love how, like, I love this. I feel like I'm with a bunch of naturals. You say I'm natural. Shit. Y'all got me natural in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, comfortable. Like,
good.
You feel me? Like, I love this shit, bro.
We can get really uncomfortable on here, too.
That's coming for the second half.
I didn't heard it. I'm down. We can go there.
We can get deep.
Yeah, we can go there. That's why low-key.
We'll be getting into that territory after break.
Yeah, we're doing all the serious, all the congratulations and the fucking promotion first half.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
Second half is when we show you the fucking pill bug inside the foreskin videos.
Where we at? Because I wanted to plug in, too, November 3rd.
What's November 3rd?
Urban Artifact.
We love Urban Artifact.
The Hooligan Nights, Cincy edition.
That's Sunday, right?
Yep, Sunday.
Podcast comes out Sunday, so that gives Luke motivation to put this bitch out early in the morning.
That'll be actually pretty dope too, because that'll be something I think a certain way, but we can talk about that actually after the podcast. I don't want to give away no jewels, but
don't give it away.
Yeah, but on the real though, like. Yeah, Urban Artifact, November 3rd. If you're hearing this, if you tapping in the morning and, you know, you hearing this podcast, bring your ass down to Urban Artifact, man.
Good
Check out
drinks.
some dope talent. Yeah, Chanel Kazadi, Soleil, Saeed, Cousy. You know, we got a dope-ass DJ LeMay in the building. We got my man Smoke coming up from Louisville. And he get busy, you know, man. We got
You're
my
playing
man
too?
Deuces. Yeah, I'm gonna be on there too.
Okay.
My man Deuces. I want to make sure I ain't forget nobody, cause this is a little unique group, man. Smoke got all the grunge hip hop energy, the hype shit, the mosh pit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you some mosh pit vibes a little bit on my hip hop wave. You feel me? But I'm also give you the cool too, cause you know
the cool pit of death.
Yeah, you know the cool pit of death is always cool. You know what I'm saying? The cool pit of death. If you're gonna go out and you're going to hell, the cool pit of death.
That reminds me.
That's what that sound like hell on ice or some shit. Cool pit of death.
So this Sunday. This Sunday, the day this episode comes out and is released. All right, be there. That reminds me of the cool death.
Are you getting to ridiculous shit? Because if you are,
no,
I have
I'm not.
serious
I
questions
almost
to ask.
witnessed a murder.
Oh, okay.
When?
Here we go.
In North College Hill.
Oh shit!
Did you hear about this shit?
You was at a gas station.
No, I was at a pizza place.
Okay.
No, so I want to talk about it in there because it was kind of fucking wild to experience. So young Rachel and I and my mother went out to go. We wanted to go to Dewey's. We wanted to get some pizza.
You said Rachel and your mother?
Yeah, my mom.
Okay,
she came to visit, and
for some reason I thought before mother you said young mother, and
No,
I wanted to hear
young
you say it
Rachel.
again if you did say that. Like, what the fuck that's supposed to mean? But go ahead, keep going.
young mother.
My young mother Rachel. But keep going. I was like, what the fuck?
No, young Rachel was my girlfriend, and you met her in there.
It's warm.
And then we
that
went
was
out.
me getting excited about alcohol.
So
It's warm. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's cool.
Young
man.
mothers.
Hold on, you got little baby, and then you got big brother.
Yeah, I can't prepare.
Big brother.
Jeez.
Big brother White Claw.
Yeah, man. Shit.
So we were fucking going. We were gonna go to Dewey's, and then we found out it was like an hour wait. So we were like, "Fuck that, let's go somewhere else." So we go to this place
Typical
in
Dewey's. Keep
Red.
going.
Yeah, right. Always fucking waiting. And we go to this place called Red Rose. I think it's what it's called, North College Hill. It's-
Sounds good.
Sounds like
it's
where people get murdered.
Dude, it's like it's kind
Red
of
Rose?
gentrified. The area is gentrified, so I was kind of surprised that it was North College Hill and it was gentrified. Let's just say that. But we go
Like,
and
yeah,
we're
they made it
driving
up
down the
here?
street, and it looked like someone was like laying down on the ground, and their face was like caved in on the curb,
Whoa.
like
Damn.
as if they jumped from the roof of the building
Whoa.
and smashed their face on the curb. Like
Or
we're
were they
like
curb stomped?
That's what it looked like. It looked like they were legitimately curb stomped. Like it was. I was like, "Is that person fucking dead?" And we're like looking over, like, "Is that what?" Is that
Was
what
their body
before
in
you
the
Before
street?
you go on, because I'm this is crazy. You really on to something here. But when you say curb stomp, is that like that one movie where the skinhead
American
dude,
History X.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a curb
something like
stomp.
that.
All
Yeah,
right, cool. Keep going.
Like some Gears of War shit.
I wanted to make
you
sure.
know?
I never knew what that was called, but when I seen that the first time ever watching that movie, I was like,
shit's
"Whoa,
brutal.
they was doing that to motherfuckers? Like niggas do that?
Like,
That
curb
shit's
stomp.
brutal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
put your teeth on the curb. Fucked up.
Sheesh.
Oh, makes me cringe.
Yeah, dude,
Whole
man.
head
I had to
splits in
straighten out
half.
my jacket. I was like, damn.
Imagine your teeth scraping. You imagine if you could feel
Just
your
getting
teeth
kicked
scrape
on the back
right
of your
before.
head as your
Bro.
teeth are on the
Ooh,
curb.
Jesus.
Your sensitive teeth that you feel everything.
Them you swallowing
cold.
all them shits.
Oh
Yeah.
my god! All right,
So,
keep going, Pat.
so we drive by, and we must have missed this by, I'm not kidding, 2 minutes. There was people, like a couple people around this guy's body, people across the street, people
Yeah.
running back and forth.
So motherfuckers
No
is-
cops
yeah.
or anything. Like, we missed this shit by like 2 minutes. So we go and park, and we go into the restaurant, and we see that cops are driving down the road. There's like 20 of them, and they're starting to tape
Did
off
you do any
the whole
fun
street.
poses with his corpse? Like, ah,
What up?
Man.
Yo, dead guy. Yo, check this shit
do
out.
some cool death poses with him.
Fucking like and subscribe. Bastard sermon.
Man, what?
Yeah, no.
We'd have got a couple followers. I don't know for the right
Oh,
reasons.
y'all definitely would have do wild shit like that. Y'all definitely
But
would
dude,
have got some motherfuckers.
it was fucking crazy because we totally fucking
For
saw
real.
a dead guy,
especially
you know?
on IG. Yeah.
So the police tape off the whole street. Like there's no activity in front of the building. This place is fucking hopping like Clifton usually.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, we're looking it up, and it looks like someone got fucking drive-by shot. You know, someone.
Damn.
This guy, 28-year-old guy. That's how old this guy was. He was walking down the street with like his newborn daughter.
no.
And his wife, and some guy came over and just like straight up shot him like 6-8 times and killed
No.
him instantly.
What
So
about
dude
the-
was fucking
What
dead.
happened to the baby and shit?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't. There might be a news story on it.
Hopefully they're all right.
Hopefully, like, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Hopefully, jeez.
I can probably look it up right now.
Motherfuckers do not give a fuck no more. They like,
But so the brother,
That's psychotic.
I also looked up.
If you have a problem with somebody, I get it, but like, don't.
damn, the
You
kid
got
and the wife.
children, and fucking exactly.
Jeez. We never know the gravity of these situations, so I try to refrain from comment. But damn, dog.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can't even, like, dog, not the baby, not the newborn. You know
well,
what
the
I'm saying?
brother, his brother, I guess, was there too, and he,
4 days ago, there it is.
yeah, and
Suffering life-threatening injuries. This man was fine.
This is it right here.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
He, he died. That was like the first.
I thought Pat
they-
walked
dude,
over a dying man, like, I don't want to get all your blood on me.
touched
me.
Touched
Shit.
him.
touched me. No,
You said you witnessed the murder at first. I was like, God damn. he
No, like I
witnessed
missed
the-
it by like 2 minutes,
Yeah,
dude.
I was like, whoa, he witnessed the whole
So,
get down?
yeah, it was like a
Dog,
Friday.
should we be talking about this shit? The case open?
Apparently, the brother went and tried to choke out someone too, and he got arrested.
Okay.
Too. But Friday night, a shooting claimed one life and temporarily shut down Hamilton Avenue on both directions as police investigated the scene. And like this shit came out, like this news story came out before the cops even finished taping out the whole thing.
they
It's
claim one life.
like, yeah, it was only one guy.
All
yeah,
right.
but he was a 28-year-old guy, and yeah, he just got fucking killed instantly.
So
we tried to walk out of the restaurant, which is not the exciting part, but basically we tried to walk out of the restaurant and the cops all screamed at us and tried to tell us to go through the back of the building. I was just like, damn, why are you being so harsh?
Yeah,
someone died.
Like we was getting pizza, we never seen none of this shit, man. We just dead bodies in the street. You yelling at us?
Clean this shit up.
Fucking yelling at random.
Clean this shit up. Take
your fucking oven baked pizza and go out the back.
Patrick was upset they inconvenienced him and had him go through the back door. He's like, clean this shit up. My car's
right in the back of an F-150 already, and let me get my pizzas.
Let's go.
Let's go. Bring out your dead. Let's get this shit over with. But yeah, that was fucking crazy, dude.
That's
it's
nuts,
weird
bro.
as shit to see a fucking
I'm
dead
sorry
body.
you had to experience this shit, man. Like, I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I can say I didn't seen dead bodies laying around, but I've seen like motherfuckers shooting at each other. I've been shot at.
You've been shot at?
Can you tell these stories?
Yeah,
Can we
man.
talk about this?
I done been shot at just like being in the way. Like, not in the way as like trying to block a motherfucker from getting shot, but like in the way of like
they were shooting her like, move,
wrong
man,
place,
move.
Wrong place, wrong time type shit. They wasn't doing that. They was like, whoever in that motherfucker is getting popped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been in situations where I'd have been at a place, you know, and something was going on that we didn't know about, far as a feud, you know, and we in there on some other business and shit ripping through a crib. We all hit the flow, you know, shit like that. I ain't gonna act like I'm a street soldier, no shit like, oh, nigga, I'm in these streets every day, shit going down. Nah, because the streets ain't really got shit for me nowadays. But there was times where I've definitely been wrong place, wrong time, or I'd have been somewhere and seen shit popping off a little bit. We had to evacuate. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never. Damn, I'm sorry you had to see that shit, man. Dead
you know
bodies.
what I'm like fucking terrified of? I go to like a lot of public like events just to go and have fun and shit, and I always worried with all these fucking shootings, like, what if I'm fucking here and like this shit happens? Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
You know what's crazy? It's one of them things too where you kind of gotta like, you gotta toss it up. You know, you gotta kind of.
Like, if it happens, it happens.
Yes, because it's like nowadays.
You can't let them win.
It's not stopping me.
You can't
but
let
I'm
the
just like,
motherfuckers that shoot everybody win.
Yeah.
Like, you're letting them win by being scared and staying at home.
Yeah, nowadays.
I'm going out.
anxious.
I'm going to them, but I'm just like, is this
like
the day
shit,
I'm gonna die?
Like condolences and shit to all the families and motherfuckers up in Dayton. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that was something that didn't get covered like a lot of other things. Not that it mattered, because it's a massacre at the end of the day. It's not like we need to like really be talking about terrible things over and over and over. But
fucks the family.
You get jaded.
Yeah, but it's like one thing about that shit. Like, I used to live in Oregon District in Dayton. When I graduated from high school, I moved to Dayton for about a year, and that was like my place where I was thinking about what the fuck I was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I had to go to a place like that, a smaller city. You know what I'm saying? Thinking with the thought, oh, ain't shit going on up here. You know, and I went up there and got into a lot of shit. But I used to live on Oregon District, and I could have been one of them motherfuckers out there in the bar or something, because that was a bar I would go to. You know what I'm saying? They had a little porn store down there. Motherfuckers would go and get their flicks. They had one of them old school porn stores too, where like you walk in them, and they still had the theater joints where you can go in the room and beat your meat and shit.
They still have those?
Yeah, they totally
Who the fuck
exist,
is using
dude.
that? I've seen
At
homeless
this
people
one. Pee Wee
with
Herman.
cell phones, like legit homeless people, not like the homeless that have an apartment somewhere. No, just normal homeless. They got cell phones. They could beat their meat at
Dead
the,
ass
right
at
in the
home.
Starbucks.
There was one in Chicago.
No, at the
And
Starbucks
I hate
with
I had
the free
to insert
Wi-Fi.
that. I had to insert that with how I begun that. But I was just saying, as far as time and place.
Did you use it?
Never. I did go in
Come
there.
on, did you use it?
No, I went in there one time to look for a fleshlight. So if niggas want the honesty out of me, I went in there for a fleshlight one time. I couldn't get no
the theater?
ass. Nah, not in the theater.
You never even took a
You know what a
peek?
fleshlight is?
Yeah, but you said you just walked into the theater.
No,
I walked in,
No,
my
this is what I
shoes
did.
were
This-
sticking to the
there's
floor.
not. There's
No,
not
I'm gonna
flashlights.
tell you what I did do though. When I first moved in my apartment, Dayton Tower. So anybody from Dayton or familiar with the area, you know Dayton Tower is right there in Oregon District at the end. So like, I had walked down. We was like, hey, let's go to the Dayton Dragons game. You know, me and the roommates and shit. So we was like, all right, fuck it. So we went through the Oregon District, and we saw the porn shit. Like, we was like, damn, they really got this. So we went in. This how I found out.
Did you get a flashlight?
This how? No, not with them. Nah, I went on a
By
that
yourself?
was a separate occasion. Yeah,
We
that was a
all went
separate-
together to
that
buy
was
our
a-
own
yeah,
flashlight.
Yeah, nah, that was
Wow, I got the vampire
Bro,
mouth.
help me pick the perfect flashlight.
That was a separate occasion, but like, I went to this motherfucker.
He's like, I got
right?
the Avatar pussy one. It's all blue.
We like let's go in there and check it out. So we went in there and checked it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I saw this hallway, and this hallway had these like red doors like lined up. I'm like, it's no way these are bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? So like, I started going to some of them. Some of them was locked, and then
You checked all the doors?
I was like,
What if you caught someone doing something?
Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You jacking off in a public place. You ain't got the door locked, bro. You know, all the doors. Yeah, all the doors shut. So if it's a look,
this isn't the fleshlights.
If it's a theater room, you feel me? Lock it up. I know if I'm gonna beat my meat in a public vicinity, I'm locking doors. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm not beating my meat where motherfuckers can walk around the corner and be like, oh, hey, this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know look at this freak. Upcoming EP.
Me? I like jacking off in the comforts of my own home. And if I got roommates when nobody home, you know what I'm saying? That's a good time to get it in. You know, if you ain't, you know, if it's that time, you feel me? But I went in this motherfucker, checked the doors. It was doors that was locked. I went in one door and the motherfucker was unlocked. And it was just like it was like a theater, but it wasn't like a theater. It was like a theater screen type TV setup. And they had like a lounge with magazines and shit like that.
How
tissues.
sticky is that lounge?
I don't know, man, but it was a smell.
Donuts.
It was a smell in the whole store that was like very stale. You know what I'm saying?
Mildewy. Kind of like
I wouldn't be surprised if they was like low key
musty.
like bringing little hookers through there and like boning them in the theater rooms and shit. But it was definitely one of them ones, and it was one of the only ones I ever seen with theater rooms, like on some 80s.
But you
shit.
didn't jack off one time.
That's crazy to me
Not
because
in
I've
there.
never even.
Not in there. I jacked off a lot, but not in there. Definitely in the comforts of my own home. So you know what I'm saying, for sure.
I never
For
thought that
sure.
they had the meat beat theaters anymore. I thought that was like the peep show theaters where you go and beat your meat at the.
Basically,
I didn't know that shit still
meat
existed.
beat theaters?
Basically.
Is that what you call it?
You
Meat?
want to know how I found out about them shits too? I was watching a Wu-Tang documentary, and they one thing.
The one that Showtime put out recently?
Nah, not that one.
Okay.
Nah, but it was one before that one that was more so like it was more so tailored around RZA than it was really the Wu.
The way that they're doing the show on Hulu right now, basically.
Yeah. And, but it was very detailed, and he would talk about being a young boy in the late 70s, early 80s, running down to certain streets, and it was theaters that would be strictly for adult videos, and then it was theaters that be for like random movies, which where they would go to see the Kung Flu flicks and shit when they was young boys. So like that shit is like that's how I found out about it. I was like, I didn't even know in America they was doing shit like that, where it was like porn theaters that motherfuckers could really go in and have a great time. Crazy.
I Google adult movie theater Cincinnati, and like the fucking museum center pulls up.
Really?
Who's jacking off at the museum? Have you guys ever jacked off at the museum?
I used to work at the museum. That's what's going to get y'all weak as fuck. Cincinnati Terminal?
We talking about that?
Yeah.
We were just
Never
talking
jacked
about
off
them
there.
before the show.
In high school, I did a volunteer program to get a job there for the summer. And niggas coming up definitely used to make out in the cave. You know the little cave they have?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Niggas
People make out there.
Yeah.
Is
They
there
fuck
full-on
there?
cameras in there? Like they can
it's
see
not.
everything?
No, it's a cave.
It's not. All the cave. Like, you know what's crazy? That building's so old, and the motherfuckers who running that shit ain't really on their shit like that, to the point where like.
Could I steal a dinosaur bone? Like, could I get away with it?
Definitely probably could.
She probably
Not
could.
after
They
this
probably can't
podcast.
chase you as soon as you leave the building.
Definitely probably could. Because like, I wouldn't be surprised if their cameras didn't even work in them like exhibits, but they worked in the areas where all the people come in and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Like the camera's just there for scare
I
tactics.
totally believe that Cody could get away, because I was there recently, and all the people working on the dinosaur bones were like 150 years old.
that too, you do get a lot of older people that like to put in their time there. I was gonna say, working there though, that place could be it's dope still because of that whole thing. Like, shit's old and shit, so it's kind of like it takes you back. It's one of the things where like for people like us, like that really aren't that old, we still young adults, but we remember the field trips when we were young.
Nostalgic
We
value.
could go back and get that nostalgia to the
Yeah.
T. It's like, damn, they really didn't change this shit at
It's
all.
changed now.
You want to
You know what I'm
know
saying?
like a crazy fact about that place? Though?
Yeah, talk to me.
You masturbated there?
No, it was.
You really want to catch somebody masturbating?
I'm gonna catch someone red-handed,
You're so weird.
dick in handed.
It was designed after the. It was designed after the Hall of Justice.
The what?
The Hall of Justice from
Oh,
Super
Friends. It was designed based on the Hall of Justice, or the Hall of Justice.
The Hall of Justice was based off of that.
Yeah, I read that somewhere too.
From what?
I always thought that looking at that show, and it was kind of blew my mind.
You ever seen Super Friends, that old cartoon?
I thought it was Justice League.
It was the Justice League, but they were called Super Friends.
Stupid ass name.
Damn.
You ever watch Super Friends and masturbate?
I know Justice League, not Super Friends.
Yeah, Super
That's
Friends.
crazy. Now you're going to have me back. I'm going to go home. I'm going to smoke some weed. I'm going to be on YouTube looking up that shit, trying to see, like, compare the image. Like, damn, see where the inspiration was from and be like, what the fuck?
Dude, they're eidetic. Yeah.
But
That's crazy. That's a good fact. That's a cool fact.
What was it like working there? You said people go in the caves. What do they do in the caves?
I mean, when I say make out, I was talking about we was young motherfuckers working there, so it'd get dead in the summer, because in summer everybody outside. So like we really wouldn't have shit to do. We'd just be in there, and motherfuckers used to make out in the caves and shit, and
Well, when you're a kid, you
and
gotta know where to make out
busted. Motherfuckers definitely got busted in the caves.
I bet that place would be
'Cause
amazing to work
like
at.
just like how like a motherfucker be like, damn, we ain't seen so and so and so and so in a minute, and then one of and the crazy thing is our manager was all the way at the top of the museum, so he would have to get an elevator to come down to the normal level, and then he would have to walk all down throughout the levels to check.
Yeah.
So if you don't see people in their spots, because we was all assigned certain spots, you'd be like, huh. You start walking around doing your little rounds, and the manager would go through the cave just to see if anybody's down there doing
Just
whatever.
walk through it every now and then.
And you see motherfuckers be fired. Motherfuckers be getting that walk of shame in the morning. And we was that type young where our parents was picking us up and shit still. And like a lot of the city motherfuckers was getting parents picking them up, but also there's a lot of city motherfuckers taking buses too. You know what I'm saying? And like we used to see motherfuckers like crying and shit and being all like, they getting their ass tore up because they
tearing ass,
doing grown shit in the cave, man. And what's crazy about it is too is just like like back then I used to even think that, oh, that's slick, you can slide down there. I never got into nothing where I would be down there with no shorty or nothing, but like always like that's cool, little slide off, young boy thinking.
Right.
But on the reality spectrum, even though it was dead, it was motherfuckers coming through there, sometimes even kids. So like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to you don't want to be making out with a shorty and squeezing her booty or something. A family turn around, you got on the whole uniform and shit. You know what I'm saying? It look
your headpiece coming off. And
not her hairpiece coming off. He pulled off her top hat.
I said your earpiece.
Oh, the earpiece. Oh, man, I was about to get weak.
I like Cousy's better, though.
For sure.
Yeah, that'd be funny, too.
We're going to jump back into this in a minute. We're at about an hour, so this is where I like to smoke a cigarette, and I guess
me too.
Pat's got some other shit going on, so we'll come back. We'll do another hour, maybe an hour and a half.
We'll be back with Cousy Warhol.
Be right back.
Yeah, man.
All right, guys, we're back. Really quickly, before we get more into Cousy Warhol and all of his stuff and all of our videos, a quick ad read from our sponsor. That's the amazing, the talented, Neil to No One, Anthony Tank Mansfield.
Ayo.
Hey.
If you want to check out all of his amazing shirts, his cool-ass fucking glassware that he's got, like what I'm drinking out of right now, which is a Hop Thulu glass, 16 ounce. It's got the Hop Thulu design on one side, Neil to No One print on the other. The samurai sifter that Pat's holding up right now, it's got a samurai design, some swords. Cousy's drinking some water out of it right now. If you want to check that out, if you want to get some cool enamel pins or t-shirts, go to KNEELTONOONE.com and go and buy some of his shit. He's also a fine artist that you can commission. If you want some shit for your house, if you want some cool fucking paintings, he can do that for you. If you want the most ridiculous shit that you can think of, I'm sure that he would love to paint that up for you. Send him some money and he can fucking put that out for you. Neil to No One on Instagram, everywhere that you can find him. Anthony Tank Mansfield. Love that dude. All right, let's keep the podcast rolling.
Yes, Neil to No One. I'm going to follow you right now, my brother.
You should buy some glassware and some art.
Definitely.
I'm sure he'll send you some slick enamel pins.
Definitely. I need something to pour my Woodford up in. Woodford.
You drink Woodford?
Yes, man.
Woodford's my drink. Woodford Reserve?
Yes. They fucking need me. They need to give me a sponsorship.
Oh, my God. I would love a Woodford sponsorship.
Yes, bro.
When I go to work, I get a old-fashioned or a Manhattan made out of Woodford because we got a decent bar up where I work. It's not like super super high class, but pretty nice. And they'll make a good fucking drink. I get a Woodford Rye with my Manhattan or with the fucking dude. It's all spicy and shit. I'm like, god damn. Or if I'm feeling crazy, you ever fuck with Angel Envy ever? Angel's Envy or Four Roses or
you got to give me hip. What's that right there?
Those are both great bourbons also that you can get. Four Roses is a single barrel, meaning that it's only been in one barrel ever while it's been aged or whatever. It's fucking fantastic. They've got a couple different types of Woodford. Angel's Envy is another. If you like Woodford, you'll love Angel's Envy. You put it on some ice, wait for the water to kind of melt a little bit, and you get the whiskey and water effect. It's fantastic all by itself.
Yes, sir.
So good. Free shouts outs.
Shout out to my man. He really appreciates. He's a skilled, highly licensed, grade A,
alcoholic,
very experienced, well matured, varsity level bourbon sipper. All right.
I just call it. I love that. That was fantastic. I just call it being an alcoholic, but I like the way that you smooth all the edges. I'll tell my girlfriend that the next time.
I gotta put a little class. I had to put a little class on it, man, because I appreciate that Woodford, man. It changed my life. That's like the only thing I drink. I can't even go out to bars that often because Woodford top shelf. But at the same token, though, man, god damn, I love Woodford. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the good man who invented that shit. Like, you God level, brother. For sure. Holla at me. Send some cases through.
Absolutely.
Hire me. Fuck it. We can get it cracking.
Right before we or after we shut off the episode, right before we started the mics back up, we were talking about this guy AR that I didn't know if you were hip to or not.
Who is he?
I am hip to him.
How do you know him?
I know him from Vlad TV. He's a Philadelphia artist, a Philadelphia legend, a Philadelphia man. I don't know. He real big, man. He mean a lot to that whole city. He really did. He really the man that done put in a lot of work in Philly. You know what I'm saying? And he's
a rapper?
Yeah,
okay.
He's nice too. He's more of a he's more of like what we would say is you know how Mobb Deep would give you gritty bars, but it'd be like it'll just hit. He give you that type vibe. His shit just hit. You know what I'm saying? Very bars is there. But this a motherfucker who done...
He slams. He slaps.
Yeah, and he done been through it. This a motherfucker, this a real product of his environment type cat. You know what I'm saying? And definitely somebody that if I were ever to be in Philly, I would feel very comfortable and safe with his sponsorship or his name, One of them cats, probably a lot of motherfuckers got to check in with when they go to Philly. Like niggas who talk that street talk and shit.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the motherfuckers they got to tap in with.
Well, that dude is like the real deal. I found out about him through a coworker, Henry at work. He was showing...
Shout out Henry.
Yeah, absolutely. Henry's good people. But we always play music on the Bluetooth speaker, and Henry never plays anything. He's an older dude in his 40s or whatever, and it's like, hey, man, what do you listen to? And he's like, man, I listen to really like actual fucking it's gonna depress people to listen to. I'm like, what? And he was like, this dude AR he's just talking about street shit, and it's like murder and death, but like not just he's talking about it like a death metal band that I listen to, but he does it, and he's in jail right now for it, and this is what I brought him up for. He has an indictment currently because basically he sold himself out. Like, he did this interview that I listened to where he's talking about like, I got murderers on the streets right now. I got these dudes on the street right now that are killing people. They did it yesterday, and like he's selling out the whole fucking team, and it's kind of like, Jesus Christ! Like,
he
you are like
himself on Vlad TV.
I don't know if it was on
Vlad
Vlad TV.
He's not the only dude.
He's not. Definitely not.
Vlad has gotten so many people in trouble.
I don't know if it was on Vlad. I don't know if it was on Vlad TV.
I guarantee you it was from Vlad.
Really?
I know that for a fact because remember when we took the break, I told you, I said, listen, if this AR app, I'm going to wait till you bring it up first because I want to make sure that whatever you speaking on is what the last shit I heard about AR.
Yeah.
And that definitely was was the main thing. I was kind of caught off guard because AR app was actually building a certain momentum.
Yeah.
That was like, he always had like motherfuckers riding, but he was building a certain momentum where like, his face was becoming a more popular face a little bit, and motherfuckers was starting to dig what he had going on. He been doing this shit for a little minute, but it was just now ascending to new levels, basically, where I'm getting at.
And now he's in prison again, and he can't keep. He was even. It was crazy to me because he was talking about. It was probably a 2016 interview that I watched with him, where he's basically explaining like his music, but also explaining like this is all everything that I'm talking about is real. He's like everybody rapping right now. He's like there's a lot of studio gangsters and shit to that effect. Is what he was talking about. He was like no, but we really. He was like I have a whole fucking team of people selling this and doing this and all this crazy shit. And then he's like breaking it all down. But it's kind of interesting to watch it. But it's also kind of like, dude, don't fucking sell yourself short. But it was interesting because in that interview, he was like, yeah, I kept going to jail for a lot of times for doing all kinds of shit. And he was like, every time you lose your momentum immediately as soon as you go to jail. He was like, some people out here think that you go to jail and you get some like credibility. He's like, no, you lose everything you built and you get out of jail and you have to start fresh because people forget about you instantaneously like that. And then that interview was the one that sent him back to jail. And it's like, God damn, dude.
Let that be a testament too to the folks out there, man, getting it how they getting it. You know, lay low, be cool, man. Don't talk too damn much. Don't get caught up in the vibe. You know, I know a lot of y'all motherfuckers be off that lean. Y'all be off all this type shit. So, you know, sometimes y'all get to talking and y'all niggas don't even be there for real. But if you out here getting it, man, you gotta really watch how you condone your shit, especially when you doing something where a lot of eyes are on you and you a brand, you a business. Like, keep that first. That's gonna save your ass from saying a lot of goofy shit. Ain't nothing wrong with getting your money, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not get it how you gotta get it, but if you gonna do something where you know them eyes is on you, you gotta understand what's going on, man. You gotta be able to adjust. You gotta know how to move, man. Cause like you said with that whole interview shit, I specifically remember a Vlad interview he did, and man, it was like he was saying some shit about the money. He was talking about the money, and you know, and I was like, man, he shouldn't be talking about that. Just because at that time I felt like with the momentum he was doing with the music shit and shit like that, and the newer eyes and fans he was garnering, I was like, you shouldn't specifically give a number of at least the money that you bringing in. And I think that's something he brought in. He put out a few numbers, and even me, I'm somebody who don't even be invested in him like that, but respect what's going on and keep in tune.
And you're like, that's a mistake.
I'm like, yo, don't yell out the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Because like at the end of the day,
then there's a paper trail.
Yeah,
then
it's
there's
like
something they can follow back.
And
like,
they know what level
this.
you on. You know what I'm saying? They know what level you on. So if you naming out numbers, they gonna think that, I know the first thought in their head is like, yo, he said that, like, but he ain't even dropping this, or he ain't selling this many records, or you know what I'm saying? That just little stupid shit like that.
It's just a testament to how many talented young dudes will fuck themselves over just by saying. And that dude's talented as fuck. Like he's got
gifted,
great,
man.
He's got great bars. He's got like whoever's doing his beats is doing a great job for him. Video, everything just looks great. I really like his shit. But then he's like. Then he gets himself sent to prison. Like he said, you don't know when he's gonna fucking get out.
He might
into
catch metal, right?
Yeah.
And listen, this is a motherfucker who's into metal too, who fucks with ARAP, taps in. So it's like that just right there alone just speak for itself. You know what I'm saying? The metal is probably the hardest and the grimiest it's gonna get.
It taps into the same thing. I was talking about this with somebody at work. It's like the shit that I like in hip hop or rap music is the things that don't. Not like that lame crossover shit where it's like metal and fucking rap are gonna meet and make a song. That always sucks for me personally. I'm sure it's somebody's thing, but it's not my thing.
Right.
But what I like is when you have the
same.
It's like when you have the metal mentality of just like, I don't give a fuck you, right in your face. Here's what it is. Gritty, evil, darkness, fucking it, like all that shit always appeals to me, and that's what he's doing. Yeah, but it's just how many other artists have fucking fucked themselves over like this guy has? Like, how many can you think of through similar shit?
It's crazy. Names did run off in my head when you even like brung up the whole fact when you said he spilled a lot in an interview. I was like, about 10, 15 motherfuckers popped up in my head, and it's something that happens, man. Like. That's why I tell, like you said, you was like, Vlad. You know what I'm saying? Luke was like, come on, man. Vlad, and he ain't the only one. Vlad is
Vlad.
He's a DJ who also does interviews with rappers of any and every level, both like low level and high profile, or people who were close to people back in like the
the 90s and shit. He's been around that long.
Like BG Knockout,
you know. Fucking
he's like the Nardwuar of hip hop almost.
Nah,
because that dude's been around since.
Nardwuar is definitely in a class of his own, especially with how he conduct, how he do his shit. Vlad is one of the motherfuckers who basically, he's just been able to stay at pace with hip hop. Like he was like he said, he was DJing at first. When that shit slowed up, he started when the internet started doing this thing. He was one of them people who transitioned earlier than most into seeing what was going on, and he dove into it, and he had it set up right where his platform was successful. A lot of his videos, like he got videos that do millions, but it's a lot. It's so many videos, bro. Like he literally interviews a lot of people. You don't have to be the most popping motherfucker. Like AR wasn't the most popping motherfucker when he had him on, but at the time or whatever year that it was, the AR was getting that buzz. You know what I'm saying? That was that. I appreciate you. I'm gonna definitely kill that. But one thing I can say though about Vlad though is he's. Not too many people can stay in the hip-hop game for years, whether you're an artist, media. Eventually, you get to a point where you reach a certain type of ceiling, and then you have to go down, or you have
like
to
the Ice Cube ceiling or something.
You
gotta start doing family movies.
Yeah, you're
eventually.
like,
you gotta
just
swing your momentum. You know what I'm saying? But the funny thing about Ice Cube was he was a step ahead of the game because he came out with Friday. While he was still kind of like on that, he was still making bops and jams low key, but it wasn't like what he was doing, but it was a different time, and he had seen that transition. Vlad, now Ice Cube was a great example because Vlad hit the media shit and went stupid, and it just so happens to be a lot of motherfuckers get comfortable in that room and they spill some shit, and that low key be what make his platform what it is. Like,
and his connections, like with those interviews, sometimes he really gets a bond. Like he's really tight with like Lil Boosie. He's tight with like DJ Paul from 3 6 Mafia.
Yep, and somebody from Grand
Sean
Nubians.
Paul?
Yeah. What's the bald head brother with the goatee from Grand Nubians? It might not even be Grand Nubians. It might be like some other group in the 80s. It's a bald head dude they look at as a hater. A lot of people look at as a hater because he's
Lord Jamal.
You know, like it's people that you'll see frequently more than once or twice because, like you said, that type bond too. So it's like some motherfuckers know how to get on there and talk about shit without talking about shit.
Are you hip to Boots Riley at all through the Coop?
Boots Riley?
Have you ever heard of the Coop before?
Nah, I ain't familiar with that one. I ain't heard that one.
They're like I don't know how to describe it. Like the hip hop's very like I don't have a good source or reference for them, but they're very political as far as like shit that's going on currently in their lives that matter to them, and it matches with like a punk rock element of my life, like shit that I'm listening to, like Leftover Crack and stuff like that. You got to get me hip.
As soon as you said political, I was like, that's probably why I haven't heard them.
I mean, they had like quality and shit like that.
Getting pushed or shit. Niggas ain't trying to hear that, but I'm trying to.
They've got some fucking awesome tracks. Like My Favorite Mutiny's on one of the NBA games. And when I got there, I found it through just like looking up their songs because they did a crossover song with Star Fucking Hipsters, like a punk band that I enjoy. Yeah. And it was the lead singer Stizza. He's like, that's Boots Riley's one of my fucking hip hop heroes because he's talking about the same shit about fuck the police and like because the punk rock guys were living on the streets and living in like squats and shit like that. And it's all this like they're both like he's a New York hip hop artist and he's a New York punk rock dude, so they had some crossover there. I found this track My Favorite Mutiny and I was like, this shit is fucking awesome. But if you listen to the lyrics of it, it's super political. Like they're really like speaking for a movement in their lyricism. And if you go through the fucking YouTube comments, it's all about like everybody's like, did you come here because of NBA whatever it is?
That's Tank. I wanted to make sure I follow Neil to know when. Yeah, shout out to Neil to know when. I'm definitely gonna get some glasses to put my Wolford in. Back to what you were saying about Boots and the gang.
Yeah, good shout out to Anthony Tank Mansfield. That dude's fucking awesome.
I really fuck with that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I was just looking at my glass like, damn. Yeah, that's different. That's something that's always gonna be needed. I like people who come up with resources that's always gonna be needed and throw their little spin on it. You know what I'm saying?
Cheers to Mansfield.
Yeah. Wish you much success, bro.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers to me.
We're going to cheers with the water.
Every time we say his name, I'm just trying to cheers for no reason.
No, that actually.
Why not?
It sounds like.
I want our guests to cheers when they hear Mansfield.
It
Here,
sounds
Luke,
like
clink,
they're supposed
clink.
to ring together too. Like, cheers to Mansfield.
Cheers to Mansfield.
You know what I'm
Brilliant.
saying? Yeah,
Some
you know
Game
what
of
I'm
Thrones
saying?
shit.
Hey, Mansfield, I love you, but I'm going to get tired of that
Me too.
fast.
Guess what?
Me
I
three.
won't. I won't at all.
One really.
I'll fuck with Pat, bro. You ever thought about doing stand up?
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel like your sense of humor could be there.
I don't know.
Yeah, Pat, you should try it.
What's
Be
that
there
dude?
rooting
Chris
you on.
Delilah? Chris Delaley?
Chris D'Elia.
I feel like y'all would have the same
Delilah.
style of comedy.
I don't know, man.
I don't think he's that assertive or aggressive to ever meet Chris D'Elia's comedy.
Okay.
I don't think I'd be good at stand up.
Okay. We could throw that one in the trash then. Yeah.
Dude,
Before
if you
we
do stand up,
follow
I'll have to do stand
Yeah,
up.
I
I'll
feel like
follow
if
you.
anyone's doing stand up, isn't it Luke?
I'll
that's
follow
gonna be
you
doing
and
it?
crush it.
Luke would be,
I'll be like the fucking Joker. I'll go up there and I'll be like a national travesty.
Or you'll totally kill and I'll
Yeah.
bomb and eat shit.
Yeah, God.
I mean, I will either way.
that'd be funny still.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, Luke. I'll be there,
Positive.
just like I'll be there for Pats to just cheer
You'll be
you
there?
on. I'll just be the best supporter of all time, right there. for
So
you.
I got a question, man.
Sure.
Have you ever thought about?
Yes, he's
What's-
masturbated in a movie theater. before.
You love that. You keep going back to that shit,
I
man.
can't help it. Go on.
Gosh, this guy loves masturbation in the theater, man.
I'm
You
all
ju-
about it, dude. I never stopped talking
On your
about
first
it.
date, were you the guy that had the popcorn with the little hole cut in the bottom?
With
and you
his
like,
whole
hey,
dick through
you
there?
want some popcorn?
Yeah,
I'm
reach
hard.
deep.
Feel it. Yeah,
Pat's-
rub it with butter.
Yeah.
Pat's
Popcorn
dick
and
is way
salt.
too big for that to be popping out, hanging over the side like
Tug
a
it.
fucking. Yeah, he'd have to tie it into 4 ropes in the middle to be able to keep it inside the popcorn. She'd reach in and think that he has a dick tumor. Like, I think it was like ET's hand in there or some
No.
shit. Yeah, it wouldn't work for Pat. He's got too much dick.
But no,
A
what I was
little
gonna-
dick fellow like me could
What I was
probably pull
gonna
that
ask
up, but
you-
she'd have to be
reach
eating
deep.
popcorn. Yeah,
Reach
she's
deep.
going for crumbs. She comes in there with the claws, just really takes the
man.
tip of the
Lord.
dick off.
Jeez.
That's no good.
Oh
Stupid.
man, we going to level up with it. We just made a horror scene out of that, out of a fantasy. These two, I want to know, like, why didn't y'all have facial hair, man?
Oh, because I can't grow facial hair for shit. I
Swear
just
to
shaved
God.
it today.
I ain't
No,
gonna lie,
I
your,
can't.
your face is definitely on some shit. Like, you don't even have stubble like you grow hair.
No, I
on
do,
your face.
but it's just shitty. It
Yeah,
just
yeah,
looks.
yeah,
I have
yeah, yeah.
neck
Yeah.
beard. I'm all made to just be a soft, like sack of fucking
I can
pussy.
grow.
Like
I can grow this whole.
Luke grows
area.
a mean
Yeah.
mustache, all right? A mean mustache. Let's do fucking No Shave November. Let's fucking
I ain't
do
gonna lie,
this.
you look like if you had a mustache, your name would be Rich.
Pat,
Not
I
even
can't
Luke.
do it. You grow.
like, hey, I'm rich.
No, he
You,
had
like,
a.
you look like a
He
rich.
had it and people dogged
He had
on
it,
him
and
for
everybody called him a
months.
child molester and a serial killer and all kinds
No
of shit.
one called me
Mostly
that.
me and
Yeah,
Pat.
they did.
Yeah,
Mostly
those
me and
two
Pat. By
did.
people, I mean me specifically.
Those two did.
Oh
No
my
one else
gosh.
did. But
Oh, man.
only recently have I started to show signs like over here. But it's nothing worth keeping around.
You ever grow the whole goatee?
Yeah.
My shit
Okay.
doesn't connect at all.
Because
There's
ever
no
since I've
connection.
seen you in like reality realm of life, you never had facial hair. So that's why I asked this shit. Because
Yeah.
when we was in high school, you
Dude.
definitely didn't have like
No,
mustache.
none.
and none
Cody
of
Not
that.
and
even-
Luke are gonna
yeah,
hit
yeah.
puberty someday soon, and they're just gonna wake up with a full
Bro, I
fucking
only
werewolf
check
thing
this
going
out.
on.
Like only a year ago, or
is
two ago,
hilarious,
I
bro.
actually got a fucking like trail. Like
From your belly button to your penis.
No fucking
It's like
way.
it looks like a
motherfucker.
fucking soul patch under his
That
belly
was
button.
cool in
That's
high
all
school.
the hair you have.
yeah.
Look
The
at this
Happy
mess.
Trail was cool in like
It's all
2012.
fat, white
Hell yeah.
gelatin grossness
You
with
ready
hair
to be a
just
dad,
slammed on
bro?
there.
You got the dad shit for
Dad
real.
shit for real, yeah.
real. You know, the wifeys think that's sexy.
She does. She
When
loves
you get
it.
They
to
like
that
the
stage
dad
in life,
bod.
especially when you got a shorty that's on your level, when you get to that stage in life, that's sexy. I hope I never get husky, but if I do, I'm like, fuck it.
Dude, I'm a husky
I'm gonna make it
bitch.
sexy.
You'll
I'm gonna make
hate
it
it.
sexy. What's
bringing
sexy?
sexy
I don't know
back.
what's sexy.
One thing I don't know
Skexy,
I don't
man.
know
Right.
much about myself, but one thing I do know is that I'll always be good looking. So I don't really have to worry
Doubt it.
about
I feel that way too. I feel that way too. I feel like I'm one of them motherfuckers that's gonna get old and I'm gonna have like one gray patch of hair right here,
Yeah,
and all the bitches gonna love me like Denzel and shit.
yeah. I'm gonna
Does
look.
Denzel just have one shitty gray patch of hair
Nah,
right
he
here?
doesn't at all. But I noticed like growing up, a lot of like, well, I can say in the black households, a lot of sisters, they love it when they see a mature black dude and he got that one gray patch in his shit.
Yeah.
And it be placed like at a perfect spot where it don't look like oddball as hell. It actually looks smooth. It might be how he have his hair done though. You know, he might have a slick back with the one gray patch. But that shit, I don't know. I know my mama geek off that shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he got that one gray patch of hair right
He's
here.
a silver dad.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn.
Yeah.
When I get old, I hope I get some player shit like that. But no, in my life, it probably end up on my pubes.
You know, you get like patchy as shit. You get like a
Big gray
patchy as
dick.
fuck.
I just have
whiteness.
I have a big dick with just a gray patch of hair in my pubes.
One
You
nut
gotta comb
is
it
white.
into your. You gotta comb it into your shaft.
And my
somehow.
wife be bitching at me like, "Why don't you just shave that shit? That shit's mad tacky."
Shaving
And you're
your
like, I'm
balls
waiting
sucks.
for the pube pants window to come into style. And I have the pube pants
Right.
window with the
Let me
one
droop
gray
my
patch.
shit. Let the top of my pubes just plop over the fruit of the loom drawers a little bit. Let a little gray hang over the top of the band.
Give
You
it a
know
little
what I'm saying?
taste of what's
I always wear no shirt under vest and shit so I can show it off. Like, you know, I see a sexy bitch, I pop that shit up. Like,
Kuzi,
check out this
I like
shit.
the eye contact you have with Pat while you tell him that. While you're like, yeah, I slide it up.
hey,
I felt like I was there.
I didn't lock eyes with him too long. I didn't lock eyes with him too long.
We were
That-
staring deep, dude. The
Nah.
windows of his soul.
No, because like it's something about Pat, man. It's something interesting
He's a
about bro.
charismatic motherfucker.
Yeah, man. And
Me?
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, man, why I keep looking over at this motherfucker? Because there's times where he'd be dead silent. Like, for instance, like the first half before the commercial break
Yeah.
and shit. Like, he was like, dead, like him. They were quiet over here for a split second, and then I looked at him for about 10 seconds while I was talking, and then I looked back at you because I'm like, okay, this motherfucker's really over here chilling. Something about Pat, man. And Pat got his shit together too. That's probably what it is too.
Maybe
I
I'm
might
just
look
plotting.
up to Pat low key and not even know what the fuck going on. You know what
No,
I'm
I
saying?
get what you're saying. Not
'Cause
to.
Wow,
It's something
guys.
about him, bro.
I hate to say nice things about Pat on the podcast. I hate it, but
got
I'll
that soul
give him
glow.
this. When I met Pat, I was like, I want to be friends with this dude. He seems like he'll be fun people to hang
Yeah.
out with, and I was 1,000,000% right. It was just good times.
And
though.
then it's
and then we
always-
started a podcast, and we did this art night. Like that painting over there started. That's basically where the podcast started. Between a message from.
bro.
That's how we
Luke made a
met.
post, and then we started doing this art night where we had a fuckload of people working on this painting, and
Shouts out to
we just did
everybody
it-
involved.
22
Yeah, we
different
just
Yeah.
did it every fucking Wednesday or
Shout
whatever
out to
day it
everybody
was.
Wednesday.
involved, cause like all y'all motherfuckers came together. See, this is what the America needs. This is a model of unity. When motherfuckers can come together and do some shit. Cause I'm looking at this shit, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see it on camera, but
It's blurry. They can kind of see it.
I wish I could see this shit. It's basically a bunch of random shit. Some of it fucked up, some of it's not too fucked up where you be zoned out.
It's like 20 different artists on that.
A lot of drunken nights.
But it's beautiful, and it's all, for some reason, it all makes sense. But it's a bunch of different shit. You could tell a bunch of motherfuckers did different shit, but it all come together so beautifully. Like, shouts out to the gang, man. Y'all talented. I hope all y'all niggas still doing art too. And if y'all not, it's cool. But
I'm definitely doing art still. I did
Yeah.
the purple man on the top left. I did the tentacles on the bottom, and then I touched up Pat's cat, the blue one
It's
right
like a
there.
cat.
that shit is sick right there.
It's like
That's
a
some
cat
shit.
dinosaur.
Pat designed
I
the
can see
cat.
somebody
All
tat
I
that
did
on
was
him.
paint it
on the whole
over.
thing.
I can see somebody tatting that shit on him. And I love how it's got this woke eye in the middle, too. That's crazy. That fucking spider type shit in the corner
That's
is
Yeah, I did that.
crazy.
The
That's
snake
nuts.
is Pat,
I
the
fucking
rose
hate
is Pat.
spiders, too.
I fucking hate them too. I'm right
Yeah.
there with you. Those
It's
spiders.
nuts.
We
We
did
need
a
'em.
whole
We
fucking
need 'em, though.
tarantula expert. I know, but if I was to, this is a joke from I forget who the comedian is, but it's not my joke. But he was like,
Doug
if I ever
Rip him
it,
off.
it wasn't. He was like, if I ever became the king of science, the first order of business, kill all spiders. Second order of business, probably getting demoted from king of science because that's the worst decision you can make as the king of science.
Facts.
Is get rid of the
Facts.
spiders because they're so
Destroy
important.
the
He's like, I hate them
ecosystem.
so much. That would be the first order of business as king of
Facts.
science.
I ain't gonna lie, man.
I fucking hate 'em, man.
8 fucking eyes, 8 fucking legs. It's
What's wrong with
fucking
that, dude?
ridiculous.
And
You know what's funny? I always tell people too when I do music, I'll never express some of my fears so nobody could try to pull some bullshit on me.
Yeah.
But
Spiders.
yeah, you got me there.
Dude, I bitched out on an episode of this
I might
podcast.
shoot a
Max
I think-
Millar.
motherfucker. If you throw a spider on me, I might shoot your ass.
When we were
Like, dead
recording that
ass.
episode,
like that's
I-
how much I hate spiders. Like them motherfuckers walk around, they bite you. I remember Corey Middle.
You got bit?
Oh, look at them. You can see them marks. That's like a
Fresh.
snake.
Bitch.
That happened
You
in
didn't
this
get bit.
Oh.
room minutes ago.
You got fucking bit?
Man, he got
Nah,
bit.
nah, dude.
Man, that shit. That shit crawled on his
Fuck
finger.
outta here,
That
Pat.
shit crawled on his finger and said,
That's what it looks like to me. It's
not
a
a
big
spider.
boy too. If it
Why would
if
a
it's got-
spider bite you?
I sleep next to a window.
Yeah, but why would it bite you?
Close your window,
Why
you
wouldn't
fucking
it?
retard.
The
Why are
window
you
is
keeping
closed.
your window open?
I do want
for-
to say this though. I love spiders though.
I don't.
I hate them, but I love them because I understand what they're here for. So I do respect and appreciate them. Like, I'm not the type of nigga that's gonna run past a cobweb and try to knock it down and shit. Like, I do understand. Like, you know, even though they making their home in this spot that's above
why
my
knock it
fucking
down
head
when you
every
could
time
set
I
it on
enter my
fire?
motherfucking crib, you know, I'm not gonna knock it down. I'm gonna let him hold it down because he might keep a snake or some fried shit.
I hate the
from coming in.
1,000-leggers.
1,000. Oh, the
House
shit that be in
centipedes.
people's basements and shit.
House centipedes and silverfish.
They get.
I'd rather-
They're not. Are they even? They're not silverfish.
We've talked about this so many times.
Yeah,
but
but-
house centipedes and silverfish are different.
I definitely
but
would
they both
like
have
the-
a bunch of different.
They the
legs.
same difference, bro.
I'd rather
Because I
have
ain't gonna lie, with the way the light reflect off of them, off
hate
they
it.
scales and shit.
That's
is
the
like,
silverfish that
Yeah,
you're
that's
talking about.
nuts.
Silverfish, I'd rather have in my house any
Same.
day.
Same
Without
here.
little
question.
silver
Without
lobsters.
question.
Because they're eating spiders.
Yep.
Thank
They
you.
are?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
What?
Oh wait, are you talking about the house
Silverfish
centipedes?
eat spiders. No. Remember, we just established that house centipedes and silverfish were two different things.
Dude.
The
Wow, I just learned
the
something at the
silverfish
bastard
are
sermon.
eating spiders. Yeah.
Silverfish fucking eat spiders. If you
For
have a
sure.
spider infested fucking house, get silverfish and just let them bitches crawl up the walls.
Yeah, man. Let them go.
Let them go.
Hang out with them.
Let them go.
I hate roaches.
Really?
That's because
And
you used to
cave
have to
crickets.
live in the fucking house with them.
You hate roaches? You know who else is a
I ain't gonna lie,
roach?
roaches are annoying.
This woman is a roach in this video.
Do you want to see this
Oh
shit?
yeah, let's
I've
get to
been
the
waiting
video
to-
too, man.
Yeah, let's
that-
get into some.
I keep forgetting. I'm
fucked
thinking
up-
like we gonna be able to talk for 5 fucking hours.
This woman
I
is a
would
I
roach.
could
love
do it.
to.
I could do it. I ain't gonna lie. I could do it.
I would fucking love to, but we gotta.
It probably wouldn't even load.
All right, so this video I found on the internet. You ever go to like a toll booth? You know?
Yes, in Florida.
You're not in there long, right? You're in and out.
Sometimes you can drive right through them bitches if you're
ballsy enough.
Yeah, if you ballsy enough and ain't no traffic.
If you've jacked off in a couple theaters before,
Jeez.
like if you feel like you can.
We might have to call this the masturbation theater episode if y'all ain't already named it.
If you're comfortable with me naming that, I'd
Man,
be
I
happy.
don't give a
I'd be
fuck,
super
man.
happy to
I
name
don't
it.
give
call
a
it
fuck,
that.
man. Motherfuckers who know me and be around me, they know that they know.
They know you love
different right here.
masturbating.
We'll call it
Yeah,
Masturbation
all
Theater
my
with
niggas
Cousy Warhol.
masturbate, man. Listen, I want to tell y'all
I'm
something,
fine
man.
with
If you niggas uncomfortable with this shit being called that, that's cool. But don't act like you don't be
Yeah, you'd masturbate
grabbing
in
your
a theater
tallywhacker,
too.
putting it in a chokehold, throwing on the X videos, and going to your favorite fucking
Yeah.
category.
Don't act like you don't slam your ham. Do a number 3.
Man. Cut it
Beat
out,
your
man.
meat.
Cut it out, man.
Yeah,
You
you know,
feel
God's
me?
watching you.
I ain't gonna lie.
All your dead relatives watch
Growing
you.
up, I was fans of a couple porn stars, man. They got me through some shit. That's why all these other niggas be out here raping and nutting on bitches in public. They jack off in the alleyway and run out and nut on them and all that bullshit.
That's the only
Because-
porn I can
Hold
come
on,
to
these
anymore.
motherfuckers-
Though.
What porn star like got you through some tough times?
Man, listen.
He was like Sarah J. I mean,
Oh
the work
wow!
that she was
He
doing.
already,
He already
know.
knows him like
he
the back of his
already
hand.
know. Sarah J is like, she's everything, man. She an icon.
Not anymore. Ugh.
Oh,
But
shit.
back in the day, definitely.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, man. Look, I'm sorry, y'all, but she threw that pussy at me. I might have to
Catch it.
Take one for
put
the
that
team.
umbrella cap on and get busy. You know what I'm saying? Just cause, man, I always love Sarah J. And she can suck a mean dick, man. Yeah, we gonna get raw. Y'all want to get raw bastard servant? We could do that. She can suck a mean dick. I love Sarah J. It's another shorty too. Yeah, I got a couple.
Who
we
got you
rocking
through the
in here.
toughest of times?
Shit, Sarah J.
Who was there for you when no one else was?
Sarah J. Virgo Paradise.
Who?
Virgo Paradise. She low key knew her.
I don't
but
know her at all.
Look, you know how new she is? I knew Shorty before she even blew up on the porn shit. She used to.
Oh, you're like
She
a
sucked
porn
your dick
star
one time in the
You're
back of
she's
a
like-
beat-off theater?
you're like
you
a
were in a
porn-
beat-off theater, and then
Bruh.
she came in the
You're-
door, and you were like,
You're like a
no.
porn star hipster. Like I knew them before they were cool. I jacked off to them before they were
With her
cool.
specifically, I can say that. Because I like amateur porn. She had some amateur videos that was going the fuck up. I clicked on one. I was like, damn.
She was working her way up the amateur chain.
I fuck with her little thick ass, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, like I took a break from porn. When I came back from the break.
You took a break from porn?
Yeah.
I was masturbating at too many theaters?
A hiatus,
no, but
if you will.
I ain't gonna lie. I was masturbating at a rate that was like, I need to fix this.
Exponential.
What?
You know what I'm saying?
You know when you
Like,
put the...
I was there.
What are you talking
Shit,
Can you tell me like how many times a day you're talking?
Not time. It wasn't like crazy like that, but it was like times where I'd be like, damn, man. Like,
you thought you had a problem. Like,
I low-key want to get
I was supposed to be at court right now.
Nah,
but
like,
I was beating off.
They never got
a beat-off theater instead
They
dating.
never got that severe. But, like, I would have thoughts like, man, I got to go to work. Damn, I want to get a nut off before work.
And you're almost late
how
to work
long are
because
you
you're trying to jack off.
I was like, hold on. I might have a slight problem.
How
You know
long
what
are
I'm
you
saying?
jacking off for where you're late
I've
to
been
work?
there.
I've never been late to work because of a jack off.
You're going to start a fire if you
there's
go that
nothing
far.
I've
wrong.
never been late to work because of a jack off. I've been late to work from stroking.
There is
some
nothing
bad
wrong
shit, but-
with a pre-work orgasm.
no.
Nothing at all, unless you're
Nothing
late to
wrong.
work because of it.
No,
like,
yeah,
you're
then there's an
stroking off
issue.
so long that you were 15 minutes late to work and you got to lie to your boss.
This feels so good. I can.
You liberated? Are you
You're
liberated?
looking at the time and shit. You're like, you.
I got
stole it.
time for another
You know how,
tab.
like, on the iPhone, you pull the shit down and look at the time when you watching the video. You pull the shit down. You clicking on messages and shit. You like, oh fuck, I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 5 minutes late to work.
What's the weirdest?
You got to look yourself
That's
in the mirror
intense. I've
that
never
day
been there
and be
before,
like,
but that's
I'm that
intense.
guy. I'm the guy that's 5 minutes late to work because I was beating my meat.
in the car
Yeah.
parking
Can you imagine that conversation you're having?
Yeah, Cody's like, oh, I gotta get this out now.
I've never been that guy.
And if
I've
you
never
got a
been that
coworker that happened to catch you and not say nothing
Make
about
eye
it,
contact.
but after you talk to the manager, they like, yeah. So just to let you know,
Cody-
I did see you.
Cody,
Oh,
if you
no.
saw,
That's a
That's
scenario
terrifying.
right there. You better hope she don't tell the whole staff.
This
Hold on.
sounds terrible.
What were we going to say, Pat?
Cody,
You're
if
gonna
you
have to
saw,
quit, buddy. 2-week notice.
if you saw Nick in his car masturbating right before work, would you tell the whole crew?
Fuck yeah, you don't understand that the whole
Yeah.
crew at work is vicious. We
You
work
got-
in a kitchen, so it's all just shit talk and fucking the
Oh,
worst
or
things that you
defined.
can
In
say
that
about each
scenario-
other. As dark as you can get. We'll sit in the back of work and like sometimes they'll throw shit at me and I'm high as fuck at work sometimes, allegedly. I'm just making up fictional stories. Don't fire me. So high as fuck at work, they'll throw something at me and I'll be like, oh, what the fuck? Because I didn't notice they were throwing something. And they're like, oh, sorry, Cody. I thought we were throwing a lemon at a man right now. I thought
I'm
we were
not gonna
throwing it at a
lie.
man.
In that
And
situation, you should say something because of the simple fact he's gonna come in there and he's gonna dap you motherfuckers up like he never was just putting this shit in the chokehold. Don't give me no listen. Don't give me no semen filled handshake, man.
Wash your hands.
Wash them
All
for
employees-
a while. Wash them for
employees
about
Get
40
some
minutes.
steel wool,
Wash their
get a
hands.
green pad,
Give
a
me
little
an
bit of
elbow.
that Gojo.
Give me just a head.
Take
like,
this kitchen sponge and
Yeah,
what up?
all employees must wash their hands.
What up with
You
it?
know?
Cause man, I'm telling
What's
you, bro.
the
Guys,
the
I gotta
weird-
go beat off in the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
I knew it.
Hey, what's the
Twice
weirdest
this
porn
episode.
you've ever seen?
The worst porn I ever seen.
Weirdest
Or
The
or
weirdest
worse.
porn.
or the worst? Yeah. What the fuck? Could
The
that
weirdest
be?
porn I could say, let's say when man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like
How deep have you gone down the porn rabbit hole?
Not far. That's the thing.
But you
not
said
far.
you had a problem at one point.
I
Like I'm
did.
sure you delved
I had
deep
a,
sometimes.
All right, so look, I had a problem at one point, but my problem wasn't going into the wormhole of the deepest of darkest of areas I can
dark-
go in porn. I'm not like
You was just
I wasn't on it like
you just
that.
wanted the feeling.
I just like I wasn't getting no ass for like a incredibly long stretch, and I really wasn't prepared to give nobody no dick because I didn't have my shit together. I always been that type nigga that I won't even fuck with no bitches if my shit ain't together. You feel me? You got to be somewhat together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I went through a period where shit wasn't rocking. I didn't even feel comfortable having a shorty around me or nothing. You know, I was just going through it, but I was choking my dick like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And
like 4 or 5 times plus.
I don't know. I be busy, so I don't know about 4 or 5 times plus. But it definitely was times where like I be like, damn, bro, like you know, like I really would love some ass right now, and I know I can't get it. Let me pull this out where I can get my little nut off right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it got to a point where like, and niggas do that. That's cool. Like we gonna be 100. Like niggas do that. That's cool. You know, like niggas when they ain't getting no ass, they get their little shits off. You feel me? But it was getting to a point where I was like, I'd be like, damn, I'll be thinking about if I want to get a nut off before work. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like,
get a clear head.
I'd be thinking like, it's like I don't need to choke my shit to go into work. You know what I'm saying? Like it got to a point where I started thinking like come on, man, like you sound like a horn dog. You know what I'm saying? Like you sound like you can't function out here. That's how fucking sick niggas be out here doing all that goofy bullshit. Cause you know what I'm saying? I always been a fly nigga. I always been player. Like I always been real to me. You know what I'm saying? So like when I got to a point where I was like thinking about jacking off and shit, like, you know, I be living with roommates and shit. You know what I'm saying? I be like, damn, man, I want to get a nut off right now, bro. But niggas is up and walking around. Let me take a shower. Just a shower. I'm in there taking a shower to get a nut off. You know what I'm saying?
Cousy,
like,
I'm sorry
shit.
if I'm laughing at any point during this, but
Nigga,
whenever you say, I feel like we're on like behind, like VH1 behind the music, and you're like telling the drug story element of it, like when everything fell apart.
Yeah.
But you're like, instead of telling about heroin or crystal meth, you're like, yeah, every time that I thought about, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
jacking my meat.
you know what I'm saying?
Like,
I started like I literally had ads, and like that's what hit me. It was like I became a motherfucker at one point that was always about where the bitches is at. You know what I'm saying? And I was one of the motherfuckers that, fortunately, I some of them bitches that I wanted, I got. You know what I'm saying? And it was just always.
Would you ever fuck this bitch?
Hell no. Yeah, let's get to the video too. Yeah, we
can continue that thought, but you always wanted to be where the bitches are at, right?
Yeah,
but this bitch is right here at the toll booth. I mean, she's accessible.
You go through a toll booth, you usually just fly through this shit. You know?
Dude,
but this person decided to stop and take a fucking piss.
Whoa, shorty could never.
What are you seeing here? What are you seeing here?
I could never. And you know what's crazy about this shit?
She's got the platform shoes on.
What are you seeing here right now? Describe
this
situation.
How long was that clip? 8 seconds?
16 seconds.
That 16-second clip, from what it looked like, the license plate say New Jersey. They in a Lex. So whoever pushing that shit, whatever, they got it. But this shorty that y'all got in the back seat,
look at the girl. She popped her head
out like I couldn't believe it. Because it's like, yo, it seemed like they was on a trip and them motherfuckers wasn't stopping. They probably had some shit on them. I don't even want to be that negative though. I want to.
But they're just taking a pee.
Yeah,
they're rapturing it.
Man, I don't know, bro. They must be in there getting pulled up or something, man. They must be sipping some of that good Woodford or something.
I mean, just
man,
you've been on those road trips where you're like, I just gotta fucking go.
Not at the toll booth, cuz
with the cameras and shit.
You could pull over and I'll do the embarrassing walk where I'm walking to the sea of bushes or whatever, and all the cars come. You know, everybody driving past like, all right, we know what he doing. You know what I'm saying?
Really quickly for the people
I'll do
that
the walk of shame. You know, like
for the people that aren't on YouTube right now, that aren't watching this video that we're watching, we've got this lady that's at a toll booth line, and she's sticking her. She opens the door, she sticks her whole fucking ass out the fucking thing, squats, pulls her pants down, and she's pissing right there at the toll booth. And I'm not talking like 8 or 9 back. She's the second person in line to go through this toll booth out the passenger.
It's packed.
What's crazy is too, I know women, when y'all piss, I know y'all gotta tap that vagina a little bit to get that out of
what, like give
piss.
it a tap to get it to
get
go
that
off?
The rest of the piss. Like how dudes shake, how dudes shake it.
They gotta. What do they do?
You know what I'm saying? Women have to get the little. They gotta get a little. You know.
A little white.
Yeah, a little white. You know, I called it a pat because I don't have a vagina. I don't know. The routine of it, but I would assume you do a little, you know, pat, 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 you know, a little clean up. You know. Jeez, that's filthy. I'm sorry that she like pulled down the sweatpants and like. Loki, can you play it again?
Yeah. What gets me weak is when she steps in it and you see it like fling off of her feet when
into
she
the
steps
car
off.
that she's into the car she's obviously a passenger in. You know,
yo, she got the fucking Jesus sandals on too. So I know when the piss was hitting the concrete, I know the sprinklets was on the back of them heels and the Achilles.
The debris
that's stained with dried up debris piss. Yeah, piss debris. Yeah, the debris. You know what's funny?
Look, she steps
I love the word debris, which is funny as fuck. That's debris. It sounds funnier in these type situations too, like
piss
the
debris.
The debris. Like, come on, man.
Could you ever fuck her though?
Hell to the nah.
Would you ever let someone
First
piss
of all,
on you?
Wait, hold on. You're not
How's
allowed
she
to
built?
masturbate for the rest of your life. Yet it's been 100 days.
I'm
She's
not
your
allowed
option.
to masturbate for the rest of my life. What's going to
Depressor.
happen if I do? There's going to be a camera.
dick will
There's cameras
explode.
watching
Yeah,
me.
explode.
Your
And
dick
it-
will explode, but you'll keep living and you won't be able to kill yourself.
But I'll
That's
be
the
cool.
consequences.
But if I dip it in some ratchet pussy, it'd be cool, huh?
Fun,
It'd just be
absolutely
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Some pissy,
It's either you have
some
sex
pissy
with this
pussy.
as she's pissing
She
the
for
whole
sure has
time,
pissy pussy
or
though, right?
your dick
She
explodes
does.
for the rest of the time.
Pissy pussy.
Because of what Cousy was saying before, I agree with him. She's got pissy puss. For
got
sure,
pissy
she's got
pussy.
pissy puss. Because how would she not have pissy
Yeah,
puss
that's
without
crazy.
the
That's-
tap, tap, tap?
Pissy
Cousy
puss.
broke it down. He's seen a vagina or two in his
Someone
day. He
go
knows
on-
about the tap,
on-
tap, tap
on
procedure.
just
Urban
gotta pat it.
Dictionary, someone go on Urban Dictionary and make that word for us, please and thank you. Pissy
Pissy
pussy.
puss.
And
Pissy
then go
pussy.
ahead and credit it to Cousy Warhol.
Yeah, definitely do that,
stupid.
man. Definitely do that. And I even make a record. Pissy pussy.
That is so stupid.
Oh my god.
God damn, bro. And then how she got back in the car was smack as fuck. She got pissed all over the seats. Like why didn't she? If you gonna do that, you might as well just go ahead and slide them on. They gonna see your little ugly ass. Gonna slide them on and just get in the car. She trying to pull her pants up while laying down, getting back in the car. Out of
Sliding
embarrassment.
pissy puss all
With the
across
pris-
those satin seats.
She's trying to do
Yo.
thin person maneuvers.
Whoever was driving that Lexus,
No
I know
pats.
I know y'all only tolerated that shit because she the one who probably hiding shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, y'all
Oh,
like,
dude.
fuck it. You know, this bitch, she got piss all over my Lexus.
One over.
She's not even supposed to be on the
One
fucking
over to
trip.
the left. Right there. Look.
all
Yeah,
right.
let's check this out.
What is this? What's this caption?
First of all,
not safe for work. Hilarious Lebanese junkie.
Before you even play it, bro, what the fuck is that on her head? That under the hat, nigga. Like that hair.
The
look-
wig?
That's a wig. Okay, all right. Because I was about to say
It's
that
attached to the hat. It comes off. You take the hat off. That
It
whole
looked
wig
like
comes with it.
It looked like it.
Things
That
are gonna
fucking-
get
I don't
weird.
think she's attached to the video at all. By the way, I watched this video ahead of time.
It's not.
She's the previous video, and somebody ripped this video. So here we go. Let's just see it.
What
Okay.
the fuck?
Wow,
What
bro.
the fuck? What?
Wow, bro.
Oh my god.
Wow, bro.
So what we just
Describe
saw?
describe it for the
Yeah.
listeners,
I'm
guys.
dumbfounded, bro.
All right, so
That's a fucking
Cody-
hamster nutsack.
Cody is
What the
showing
fuck is
us
that?
a video of some dude in
What the fuck?
No, this is a Patrick video. Don't,
all
don't
these
blame
videos
me.
that you're seeing, I found.
So Patrick found this video where this guy in the street he drops his pants and he pulls out his fucking nuts. His nuts are the size of like
Grapefruit.
it's like a hock ham. Like it's just a hock of ham, and he spanks it too, like it's honeyed up, and he's
Man,
selling it to someone
I ain't
at
even
some
gonna
deli.
lie. The way he just described it make it sound mad
Oh my
appropriate.
god. This
Even
dude
then,
needs to go to the fucking hospital.
He said
you know?
that shit look like honey baked ham, man. This motherfucker low key. I don't know what's up with bro's nuts, bro.
He's got cancer of the nutsack for
Yeah.
Sure.
His
Look
nut-
at that nutsack.
You-
It looks like a
hold
hot
on.
air
And
balloon
he
of
pulled
nuts.
it out, y'all, and he smacked that
You
bitch,
know?
right?
Hold on, let me give you an
He
image.
smacked it like you would smack a stripper's ass. And
He
then
has no feeling left in
and
it.
he looked at the camera.
He licked his hand first. He went, "Ugh," and then he fucking smacked it like that.
He
That's
looked
what
at the
you do.
camera and talked his shit too. Like, yeah, I got that thing on me. Like he had that
Check
thing
this shit
on
out.
me.
But his dick, you can see his dick right before that. It's my dick. Look, he's got my dick, and then those giant grapefruit balls.
Man.
Not even grapefruit balls.
That's a
Those are
fucking
cantaloupe balls.
travesty,
Look,
man.
you see his dick real quick. Normal dick, fucking huge balls. What is going
That's
on?
fucked
So
up.
imagine a
You-
hamster.
You
all
see
right?
it? You see how
hamsters
Cody
have
low key tried to say he had a normal sized dick.
I was just gonna get. You know what's funny? This is why I love you, bro. Because
Oh, no,
in my
little
mind,
dick. No, little dick.
In my
Little
mind,
dick.
We're
in my
talking
mind, I'm
over
about
each
to say
other.
nothing's normal about that motherfucker dick right there. That's some other shit.
Well, hold on.
Them
What-
balls, I don't know if it's because his testicles and swelled up to the size of two watermelons.
He slaps it. I just don't understand the slap.
I don't
That's gotta
understand.
hurt.
I don't understand what. First of all, I want to know this motherfucker been on this same block for years doing this shit. Cause like, I want to know Who came up with the camera, first of all, and was like, yo, pull out your nuts real quick. Let's show the people your nuts, your swollen nuts.
No, he's probably sitting on a corner trying to get tips, and he's like, check out my trick. And then he'll show you him slapping his own giant nutsack.
He licked his hand, too, after slapping his balls 3 times.
Yeah.
Licked his hands and then rubbed his nuts.
Hey, he looks like a dude I would get along with super well.
You know what's funny?
He's got a tattoo on his fucking
this
forehead.
This motherfucker got the Egyptian eye on his forehead. If I say Egyptian
eye of Osiris.
Yeah. Eye of Osiris. I know y'all gonna know what
I call it the
is.
Yu-Gi-Oh eye.
And then this motherfucker got one gauge in his right ear that's probably about 10 to 12 inches, maybe 10 inches, maybe 5 inches.
It's like an inch and a half. It's
inch and a half.
Huge.
Oh, that's an inch and a half.
And no gauge in the other ear.
I'm sorry, y'all. That's about an inch and a half, and no gauge in the other ear. He got a fucking Cuban link on.
God damn, his nutsack he's like a 5 foot tall man with a nutsack of a horse.
That's unhealthy, bro.
It's got hippo nuts.
Something's
is that
wrong
a
with his
Slipknot
balls
shirt?
for sure.
What is that?
Yeah, it's probably a dick about it.
It looked like a Slipknot with that red writing on it too.
It is.
Oh,
It
I love
is.
the
It
old lady
definitely
before
is.
the video that keeps popping
Yeah,
up. They show her dead son or some shit.
And you know what's crazy? They put that video up, but it's like, why couldn't they just put the cover video up of the nigga just fully clothed? Because for a split second he was fully clothed before he pulled the sack up, but maybe he couldn't get the screenshot or whatever.
Maybe he was pulling out his balls thinking like, oh, this will stop them from putting this on the internet.
Jesus, I just seen something that looks mad sickening. You ain't even got to play it. We can go to whatever
we
you
got.
Because that shit look crazy. The shit with the bandage shit going on.
Oh, this is fucking nasty.
I don't want to see that shit.
No, let's watch it.
I don't want to see that. This nigga about to enlarge
we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch
it's
it.
time, Cousy Warhol.
There's
You
something
ready?
on your lip.
Fuck it.
You said you want to get down and deep. Just talking about beating off, yeah, that's one thing. I've done that a million times on this podcast.
Try masturbating to this.
Yeah, that's the real challenge. Can you bust a nut to this video?
I hate these fucking popping videos more than
This
anything.
isn't a popping video.
No, this is a Parasite video.
Yo, I'm
Right?
really
It's a
stepping in.
Parasite?
I'm stepping into the Bastard Sermons world, man, and I'm on this roller coaster ride. We about to see what the fuck this shit
There
is
it
like.
is.
Jeez, son.
If I can get the video
They
to play.
that's the pus out of a pimple?
That's the
It's not a pimple.
Sure,
It's
sure
a tumor?
it is. We'll see.
We'll see if it ever fucking plays.
Dude, Pat, your internet is probably some of the best internet
Dude.
that's
on
ever
podcast
existed.
night.
My man refreshed that shit so many motherfucking times.
Maybe you can play it.
Oh God, damn!
Dudes, people's noses be like that.
Is it this? Is it?
Here we go.
I have to uncover the video.
Here,
to see
watch
it?
it on my
start
screen.
washing up with
No,
a
no, no.
sponge with the scruffy
No, because then they won't
side.
see it on YouTube, Pat. We have to make sure that they can see this awfulness themselves.
Oh God.
Oh, he got a worm in his shit.
Yeah.
That nigga's thriving.
They're dropping what looks like hot sauce on his lip, and this this little hole in his lip starts pulsating. That's his lip, right?
That's his lip,
That's
and
his
it looks
pussy
like
lip.
it's pulsating the white of a zit.
It's like it's trying to find a way out for some reason. Probably because of the stuff they're
Now,
dropping on
Cousy,
it.
you're not allowed to beat off the rest of your life. You've spent 100 days. Do you fuck this man's lip hole, or
Listen, man.
Or piss puss.
You can't even actually
After-
fuck that lip hole.
I didn't even get into the reason why I was in that chronic masturbation phase, but after seeing shit like this, I don't think I'll.
oh my God,
this is crazy, bro.
Fast forward a little bit. Let's get to the meat of this.
Watching it
no, it's
poke
almost
into-
Ah! I'm sorry to the listeners, man. I just seen some fried shit.
So they're pulling out a bot fly.
What's that?
A bot fly is a parasite.
Wait,
So
look, you'll see. Yeah.
Botfly
There it goes.
larva in your fucking lip. Oh my God.
Look at the
Look
size.
how
of
big
thing.
this fucker is.
Jesus.
So that was in his fucking face. So a bot fly is it's like a parasitic fly that's in like the Amazon or some shit, South America.
You want to see it again, Cousy?
You can get it in the
Nah,
U.S.
that's
You
it.
can get it in the U.S.
110%.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
It's a parasite and it basically lives in you and eats your
so
muscle
bad.
tissue until it forms this big ass fly.
Its mouth, when it's full grown, is not big enough to bite you. So what it does is it hijacks a mosquito and it lays its larva in the mosquito. And the larva is dormant until the mosquito bites you. And then leaves out its mouth into the spot of skin where it bit you. And then the larva leaves. stays there and grows and grows and grows. Eventually has a hook mouth and it digs its way out of your skin and then flies out. But it's not just humans, it does it to other animals too.
Wow, I'm learning things constantly on the Bastard Sermon podcast. These are some educated
Shout
motherfuckers.
out to the Bastard
Unfortunately,
Sermon.
we watching crazy videos of motherfuckers dissecting faces just to get this shit out of people. So
Do bugs scare the shit out of you though? Like you ever see like a leaf bug? You know the green ones?
Some of them don't bother me.
Well, will it bother you if you see one like crawling on your
look at
face
this.
the size of your hand?
These are just nice, friendly bugs.
Wait till the end.
Here's a nice, friendly bug video. No, it's friendly to the end, right?
All the way
I
to
just
the
want to
end.
know, first of
It's
all,
all
I would
happy.
never let bugs crawl on me. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause
I don't
you're a-
trust
Well,
bugs,
why
but I
not?
don't.
This video turns out
You're
so
such
well.
a pissy pussy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No, Cousy, this
Like,
video might
I'm
change
like-
your mind. This
I'm
video will
like-
change your mind.
Yeah,
Hold on, watch.
they're great. Bugs
You'll
are
see how
fucking
happy
great.
bugs are, actually. Watch. See, you're worried about bugs, but see, look at the good that they can do. Keep watching. Keep watching. Oh, look, he's going to do some good. Oh, he's doing some good right now. Up,
Bit
see
his
him?
ass.
See him? See him? Oh!
You gotta tear that motherfucker.
Rip the fucking head off.
This motherfucker's head stayed bit on this nigga's cheek.
Until it ripped its own neck off because it stayed on so fucking long.
That's crazy that bugs can bite that hard.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
That,
Look
you can
how
see,
big that fucking thing is.
He must have didn't want to bite this Michelangelo looking ass motherfucker. He was like, you know, your skin's soft. He got on that scruffy skin. He said, I'm not letting go. That's crazy.
Yeah, we love scary stuff on the Bastard Sermon.
I got to see it one more time. This guy took it off so confidently, put it on his dumbass face. He's like,
Yeah.
Oh, he's giving me a little kiss. Oh, God. See, why are his teeth bleeding?
Look
Did
at
you just
the wire.
notice?
Look how that.
Look
you know
at this
what's
man's
crazy?
teeth. Look at this man's teeth. Hold on.
He
Hold on.
ripped
Hold
that
on.
motherfucking bug off so hard that the spinal cord of the bug was just like
Dangling on the head that was
dangling
still
like on
bitten
some
on
Mortal
him.
Kombat shit when you do fatality or some shit. Like that's crazy.
I'm trying to play it again, but Pat's internet is the best.
Thanks, Cody.
It's the best internet that money can buy.
Cat. You know, I always wonder, like little websites like these that stream videos and shit. Like, how do they get paid? Like, who comes up with this shit and gets
Advertisers.
Advertisements.
Like hard dick
monetization.
pills, beat off movie theaters,
Right.
shit like that. They advertise on
fucking
this.
TikTok videos? That's YouTube shit right now.
Exactly.
Fucking TikTok ads. If I see one
Wait,
more
here goes-
motherfucking TikTok ad,
Jesus.
God damn, it just fucking rips out all the innards under his neck.
damn man.
But that brings us into one other topic. We have two topics we want to talk about before we get off the air.
Call
One of
of
them is Call of Duty is one of them we want to talk about. But we also want to talk about this haunted place that Cody wanted to bring up.
We'll save that for the end. I feel like
Okay.
Call of Duty's not going to be as extreme as.
Let's fucking talk
I
about
suck at
Call of
shooting
Duty.
games too. So
Do you ever play the Modern Warfare games?
I do. I have. I'm shitty at them, but I still play them.
You like the campaigns?
Yeah, get called nigger and everything. Yeah,
Really?
I love it.
They still do that?
On the new
think all the way
when
to
you said Modern
2019?
Warfare, did you
The-
mean like the
newest
new?
one that just
I
came
didn't
out?
play the newest.
So-
I'm the type cat that like goes and plays like the shit I grew up off of, and I play like Black Ops 2.
I wish I liked Black Ops. I don't know what it is.
I see.
Yeah.
I don't like it either.
This new one, okay. So I am a big person on hate. I love to hate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time.
Yeah, like you
Especially
hate
when
the
it-
Jews.
We need that
He's a
sometimes.
total
You hate
hater.
the
We
Puerto
need that.
Ricans.
We need haters sometimes.
You absolutely need haters.
Yeah.
Because
Luke
you need
drinks
people
the
to let
haterade.
people know when certain things or people
Shit's
suck.
not always sweet, motherfucker.
Yeah,
That's
right.
life.
So, thank
Yeah,
you.
Luke's like the Adolf Hitler of hatred.
Sweet
Yeah,
to
I
you,
got
but it ain't sweet to me.
Yeah,
I
no,
hate
that'll
you.
be Luke's
So, like-
new nickname,
so-
Adolf Hitler of hatred. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
It's not even funny.
All right,
You just,
the Adolf
try
Hitler
to
of
pick
hatred, go
offensive
ahead.
Stuff. So,
He's just a hater.
Right. Redhead Hitler,
I
let's
hated,
hear it.
I hated a lot of Call of Duties because they got whack. They started to just rip off of other shooters that were outselling it because it's been out for so long and making so many sequels.
Yeah.
They started adding like wall running and shit like that. And then it's the future now, and there's lasers,
Double jumps
so we're
and
making
shit.
stuff.
I ain't gonna lie,
up
that
now.
last one where they was wall running, I enjoyed that a little bit, but
Infinite
I'm also,
Warfare?
I couldn't give a shit
Yeah,
about it.
But at the same time, I respect that too because I'm somebody who I wasn't fully invested in COD like you guys probably were in the beginning stages and watched that game grow.
I
So-
played it up until Modern Warfare 2, and then I tried the rest, and I hated all of them. And I tried them all.
Nothing was better than Modern Warfare 2.
I was a super fan. Yeah, you're right.
I'm a
Call
big
of Duty
person.
2?
It still is
Modern
the best
Warfare
one.
2 is the best one. I've played them all because I'm a big person of, if I'm going to hate something, I'm going to know about it. Yeah. So I've played them, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I played the other shit too.
And they're all
get to it.
Nah, they're mediocre. But this new one is awesome because I feel like they took it back to its
What's it
roots.
called?
It's just Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare again. They took it all the way back. It's called Modern Warfare.
They got
and it's like it's there's nothing fancy. They have just the normal ass kill streaks that you knew when you were playing OG Modern Warfare and stuff. They've got just sliding and crawling and prone. There's no wall run. There's no double jump. The guns are guns that you fucking know.
I thought this game was a re-release of Modern Warfare 1.
No.
And I was salty. I was like, why the fuck aren't they putting out a re-release of 2? This is its own game?
This is why game companies need to stop fucking rebranding and just single titling things.
Yeah.
If you're going to fucking make a chain, don't suck. Make it always good so you don't have to do shit like this.
Yeah.
What you're talking about, Cody, is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, which was re-released when Infinite Warfare came out.
I played it when it came out.
Yeah.
Damn,
but this one's the shit though, and the story. Like I've been following Call of Duty since Call of Duty 2 back on Xbox 360, the first fucking game that came out for that generation.
Yeah,
and when it came out, I was really into the fucking story. I loved Captain Price. I loved all this shit. It was exciting. It was like a fucking movie being in that shit. And then it's like Black Ops started to like lose me on this shit, and then it started to go to Infinite Warfare and Advanced Warfare, and then to Vietnam and back to World War II. But now it went back to Modern Warfare where that shit was really good, and this story is fucking really exciting.
And I love stories about games. I played a lot of sports games growing up, but when I decided to branch out, I started with like Gran Turismo because it was like a racing game that wasn't corny. You can get really in detail.
Right.
And then I branched out.
Detailed car game.
Yeah, then I branched out into Spider-Man. Then I started wanting to play more games like where it just involved more story and cutscenes and shit like that. And that's interesting, bro, because I always loved the fact that Call of Duty, I felt like they was one of the first games I seen where they was taking real actors from like some of our favorite movies or series growing up and putting them into the game, a part of the story. Like I know the black dude from The Wire. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, bro, but you're a legend.
Omar Epps.
Not that guy, but definitely you're a legend. No, I don't even want to say his name because I don't remember.
There's a lot of like famous actors.
Yeah, just famous actors and shit. And like,
it's just a big fucking franchise. But they really did a good job with the story, though.
But what I want to know is, what's it like online playing with this shit?
I haven't played online.
I have only played the online.
Michael K.
I haven't
Williams?
touched the
Definitely Michael K. Williams. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, play Omar Little in The Wire for all those people who watch The Wire. That's what he most popularly known for. But he's a great actor.
Luke, you're in for a treat. It's really fucking good.
But the multiplayer is really good. They still have occasionally the classic Call of Duty spawning where you'll spawn right in front of an enemy, he'll gun you down as soon as you spawn, and he'll just keep running because of horrible placement. Yeah. But that is very few. Like that doesn't happen nearly as much as it did back in the day.
Now, I heard Call of Duty was doing something where they were going to do a new mode, trying to basically keep up with what's popping now, which is the little
battle royale,
type style.
No battle royale in this one. There's a battle royale in the last Call.
They got just a ground war. I think is the big thing they got.
Yeah,
whatever.
Cool. I think Call of Duty panicked a little bit at some point, and they were doing all that wild shit because
there's Call of Duty Blackout. Was it Black Ops or Blackout where it was just battle royale?
Yeah,
that's what that was.
That was the last.
That's what they called it. Blackout.
They
were hopping on the bullshit wave that I was hating and still hate to this day.
And they have to understand too. COD got them type people, like people who fuck with COD like in the beginning. They always gonna fuck with them if they just stick to their guns. They wanted them brands, and they didn't know that. I think somebody got somewhere in between that probably got lost a little bit, or they thought like, oh, maybe they want something new. You know what I'm saying? And
there's so much violence on the Fortnite thing that you're talking about. That
I hate Fortnite.
I know.
Yeah, I never was good at Fortnite. It's just too cartoony for me.
There's this article I was just trying to pull up, but a mom basically punched her son and dislocated her jaw. for playing fucking Fortnite.
Hey,
and I was blown
fuck
away.
that kid.
My screen blacked out because I have a shitty CPU. But yeah, check this shit out.
Dude,
it says mom allegedly punched 10-year-old son, dislocated his jaw after he refused to stop playing.
Oh, this is fucking recent than a motherfucker. This is like yesterday or today.
Yeah, this happened like 2 days ago.
Who is Florida Man?
Florida Man. You don't know the legend of Florida Man.
Luke, with your golden voice.
I love the current events. This is dope.
A Florida woman was arrested this week after being accused of striking her son because he refused to stop playing a video game and take a shower. That dirty motherfucker. Anne Maria Perugia, 35, was detained on Wednesday by officers from the South Daytona Police Department after her 10-year-old child told police investigators that she hit him with a closed fist in the bathroom, according to a arrest report obtained by media outlet WFTV. According to the report, which was based on the boy's version of the alleged incident, the mother became angry because the child had failed to turn off his game of Fortnite after being asked. About 10 minutes after Perugia's first request to switch off the console and take a shower, the son still had not moved, police said. When the child was then asked if he had washed, he replied no. The alleged punch took place as he started to make his way into the restroom to take a shower, officials noted.
Yeah, she was like, I'm about to, man, I want to.
You want to know how the fuck this, you know what? Okay, I'll keep going. The South Daytona police report said he got up, and the website's bouncing all over the place. He got up and started towards the bathroom, and that is when his mother got irate and charged into the bathroom.
Fucking psycho.
When the two got into the bathroom, he stated that she punched him with a closed fist in the jaw, and I've lost my place because this goddamn website keeps bouncing around, dislocated his jaw and caused great pain. The child also had scratches around his body that were caused by the mother. This malicious act also caused her son unjustifiable pain and injury. The act, what is happening?
Dude,
this website sucks a fat bag of dick.
Yeah,
if you ever want to get your news, don't go to Newsweek.com. That place fucking sucks.
Newsweek has a lot of
Suck a dick, Newsweek. Suck a dick and die. I hope you die in a grease fire at whatever shitty restaurant you work at working for Newsweek. I know you ain't paying the bills working for this bullshit fucking website. You also have to work at McDonald's. I hope you die in one of the grease fires.
Newsweek has like about 6 advertisements and two other stories that are from Newsweek article publishers who's trying to squeeze their shit in one story.
There's so many ads going on. There's so many ads.
I thought there was a picture of the woman that fucking hit her kid a minute ago. Nope, woman steals jewel from gas station, tries to flee and lift an Uber. I thought this was a picture of the mom, and I was like, this bitch is smiling. And I read the headline, not listening to Luke tell me the account of the events, and I was like, what the fuck is going on with this website? I'm back over here with my arms folded, and the website's going up and down and left and right and sideways. You know what? Okay, just some lady hit her kid. We get it. Fuck Newsweek. We're getting off the website.
Yeah,
you know what?
They kind of drained that.
I wish they had a picture of the son and mother because for a second there, I'm about to be a victim blamer. You know what? This motherfucking kid, there's a good chance. You
gotta take a piss? I gotta take a piss, too.
You want to cross swords together in the bathroom?
Be like, hey, let's do this puzzle here.
There's a good chance that kid was talking mad shit to his mom that whole time.
For sure.
She was like, hey, take a shower. And he's like, fuck you, mom. And just keeps playing Fortnite.
Definitely.
And he probably swore off and said some shit before he closed the door in the bathroom. That's
for sure that kid was an asshole
go bust that ass.
And what really tripped me out about it was scratches, too. So it was like after she punched him, she probably like yanked his ass up. Or she yanked him up before she punched him. And he probably said something when she yanked him up. And she was like, you know what? I birthed you, motherfucker. I'm about to swing on your goofy ass. I'm just sorry that the dude was like 10. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he's 16, 17. Like, he's becoming a man. He's just like on some, I got a dick that's grown.
Can you imagine putting your mom in jail, though?
Yeah,
like,
I could.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have told the cops that
easily.
I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't have told the cops that it depended on what kind of mother I had. Like, if my mother wasn't really abusive and I was on some dickhead shit like that and she punched me, and the police did happen to come or whatever, I would be like, nah.
Throw mommy in jail.
Yeah, I wouldn't be on that. But if my mom was like a bitch and she just like made life a living hell for me instead of being a great mother, then probably I could give a fuck less. You know, hopefully that put me in the fucking system. No kid deserves to be in the system, but sometimes you come across some good parents that do voluntarily put in their time, effort, and their life into taking care of those who are less fortunate. So that, sometimes it depends on the situation, but I don't know. Me personally, my mother didn't threw pots at a nigga. She didn't, and I done did some dumb shit to warrant some shit. You feel me? I just didn't know the intensity of the gravity my mother was gonna go, and I never called the cops. I never was like, you feel me? My mother didn't. Yeah. And I never, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you got it. At the end of the day, you know what's up, man. You know what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong for real. If you got common sense. Yeah. That's just fucked up. At 10 years old, though, it's like, I don't know. I can't really speak for that age at 10. I don't know. I guess it depends on where your mental at. I was always more mature for my age. That little motherfucker probably just really 8 years old for real. He might be 10, but he might be 8. Right. Because, I know my mama told me to do some shit. I get up and do that shit.
I know that when I was a kid.
You're playing Fortnite again, I'm going to bitch slap you.
Yeah, like, you going to come back to the game, like, nigga, like, what is you on? You know what I'm saying?
I know when I was a kid, my peers always thought that I was retarded. And
your peers?
Yeah.
My mama thought I was
fucking around.
I did some wild. I used to do wild shit. My mama, for a minute, was like, you need to get checked out. It's understandable. I can relate. Yeah.
Masturbating too much.
That or fucking being like
raping people too much.
Hell nah. They never.
Too much murder.
Never. I don't need to do none of that. And any niggas out there on that weirdo shit, you know what I'm saying? Use a fucking, I don't know, like that's just, I don't know. That's some other shit. A nigga that gotta like drug a bitch, beat a bitch up, or strangle, whatever.
Yeah, they're super cool.
I don't even
know
how rapists do their thing and feel cool with that shit. You niggas is.
What would you do to a rapist right now if you saw one?
If I saw one and
right
knew
now,
and
like
it
if
was
someone,
proof, it was proof. He came in here.
Like he walked through this door right now.
I had to fuck him up. Now, if I get my ass beat by a rapist for beating him up for being a trying to beat him up anyway for being a rapist, is what it is. But I had to get my licks off. Like I had to let that nigga know that it's not cool. He got to get violated.
What if the camera was off? I mean, after the high five, right? After the high five, then what?
What? Like either or.
Lights going for the darkest
lights on.
possible.
Yeah. Lights on, lights off. Cameras on, cameras off. Like I don't fuck with none of that rapist shit. Like
he could try to rape you.
It's times where I didn't.
Would you rape him to really show him what's up? It's times where I didn't damn near beat up niggas who I thought was my homies. I didn't kicked it with a nigga and he just be beating this bitch up. You know what I'm saying? He probably don't even be on that. And I don't fuck with that. So I can only imagine you trying to take a shorty's. You feel me? Like what's wrong with you, nigga? You can't get no bitch. Like. You feel me? Like how can you know what I'm saying? I look at rapists on the whole like it's a mental thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It might be mental, but then I don't even want to use that as an excuse. They ain't got their hands put on them for what they do, so they do that. You feel me? They ain't face no repercussions. Cause they ain't gonna go rape a nigga. Yeah, I don't see men raping men. That's why I say you should rape them. You rape the rapist.
Nah.
Then
rapeception.
You taught the rapist their rape lesson.
Anyone who could take a dick up the ass or try to fuck niggas in the ass, you way more G than me.
No, you use a finger. You don't have to use your ass. You don't have to use your penis.
You built the last, bro.
Just sound them.
You feel me? You built the last. I can't do it.
Yeah, stick your finger up their pee hole.
Yeah, what about a finger in the pee hole?
I don't want no parts.
Pee hole fingering for the rapist.
I don't want
you
no
grow your nails
parts.
out. You keep it in your basement for a little while.
I low-key don't even want to have to put my hands on the rapist. But if I know what's up, you got to get violated, man. Like we like I don't know. Maybe I'm built different, but. I'm just too. I never like listen. I'm the type of motherfucker. I holler at a bitch, and if she ain't fucking with it, she ain't fucking with it. It's cool. It's so many bitches. So if you out here raping, you fixated on bitches, and where you gotta do all that extra shit.
Just beat your meat in a date and movie theater. Why do you have to go rape
movie theater and jack off?
Yeah, do that type shit. Don't rape a bitch,
This isn't
man.
where the fleshlights are.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. If jacking off 4 times in the air keep you from raping the bitch, do that.
Or do what Luke does. You get yourself a dog. You get yourself a jar of creamy or crunchy peanut butter. You have at it. The dog's happy. Luke's happy. No one's upset.
I think the horse is dead, Cody.
Man.
I think the horse
I'm going
is
to still
dead.
keep hitting it. Still keep beating that dead horse.
Poor doggy.
Being that dead dog.
Poor Luke's dog. Rest in peace, Luke's dog.
He's alive and well, thank you.
Oh,
Not
healthy looking.
Yeah, thank you.
And he gives a fuck about his owner. He probably crying, biting shit up now, tearing up the couch.
Because Luke's not at home stroking that doggy dick.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Where's the peanut butter?
Raising him was fun. He made it very easy.
Okay, cool. Damn, that's dope. You had a dog that didn't even want to do the most. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So what are your upcoming events that are coming up here?
November 3rd.
Yeah, definitely November 3rd.
What else?
Urban Artifact.
Where can we follow you and all that?
Oh, yeah, Instagram, COUSY.W. You can follow me on Twitter, Cousy Warhol. Everythingcousy.bandcamp.com. You can catch my first mixtape I ever dropped, which was around this time of last year. So that's something you can tap into to get a good premises of how I get busy. Far as events, I just got November 3rd right now. I'm trying to chill out after this last show. I really wasn't supposed to do another show. I'm really supposed to just be working on the album. My Feelings and My Pain coming soon.
Right. So follow you. And you'll be releasing more shows soon.
Follow me. You're going to stay updated with everything. Just know November 3rd, if you follow me now or in the next few days leading up to the 3rd, you're going to see a lot of promotion for the 3rd and shit. So
Cousy, was great meeting you. I'm glad that you were able to hang out with the
Parasite
videos.
It was great meeting all three y'all motherfuckers, man. Like, dead ass. Like, for real. Like, my man Pat, like, I'm proud of you, nigga. Like this motivation, like my man's just painted this room. Well, he probably had to paint it for a minute. Either or, they didn't.
It's been painted for a minute. And it's just really shitty.
They just it's cool.
He left all the tape up.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's why he feels that way. He just forgot to take the damn tape down so it could be boarded up.
What about those streaky parts over there? How do you feel about that, Cousy?
Man, it's all good, man. I'm with it. Cause like one thing I can't say is my man got a crib, got a wifey, got some dogs. Gonna have some kids on the way, probably. I don't know.
And he beat all those rape charges. I don't want to speak on his. I don't want to speak on his. However his get down is, but man, this shit is dope, bro. And he got a team of brothers with him, man, and they got a strong movement. The Bastard Sermon Podcast, man. Tune the fuck in, man. Like, support these motherfuckers. If you got events coming up where you know these motherfuckers can be out representing this shit and expanding, then that's what you need to do. All the motherfuckers in Northside, I ain't gonna lie, y'all look like a crew that could go to the Northside bars and shit and sip a little bit.
He's always in the
Northside
bars.
All y'all motherfuckers need to be supporting this man. Y'all need to support what him and his homies got going on.
Urban Artifact is a great venue also if you end up catching this on Sunday morning.
Definitely. And
go down there. They've got all kinds of beers that they grew. It's all sour beers you can get on draft. They got a couple different types of liquor that you can drink. I mean, it's going to be a fun time. It's an old abandoned church. They got great acoustics. It's going to be a great setup. I've been down there a million times. It's fantastic.
And like, literally, man, Bastard Sermon Podcast, man. I'm very impressed and I love what's going on in this motherfucker, bro. Shout out the Killing Joke. Shout out my man Pat. Shout out my man Cody. He got a cool ass vest on that's made by some motherfuckers from Cincinnati.
I made it.
You made it? I need one. I can
make it for you.
Yeah, man. I need one so I can like level up my swag, throw a little twist in there. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But yeah, man. Shouts out to everybody. Follow me, man. Follow all of us. So
yeah.
Follow the podcast on Instagram. Please follow the podcast on Instagram. Leave comments. Let motherfuckers know how you feel about the episodes. They don't give a fuck what you say, but definitely let it be known. You did.
He read out for us, so it's nice.
I'm trying to Guitar Hero with his fingers right now.
Right. I fucked with that.
Seriously, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, I appreciate
You've been wonderful. Love to have you back on.
For sure.
Definitely. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I want to come back once I get this album together and it's completed and it's ready for the run. I want to do a press run. I definitely gonna put y'all in my little
send us a message, man.
Cracked iPhone 6. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put y'all podcast in there as one of the outlets that I want to stop by and definitely get that press run going. Holler at y'all.
Yeah,
for
absolutely,
sure.
man.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
All right. Deuces.
Another episode.
Another episode.
Hey.
Another hot dog that's a sandwich.
My hot Congress.